74 with mostly cloudy skies at Pittsburgh International. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Thomas Crooks left no manifesto or explanation for why he tried to kill the former and future president in Butler a year ago. But a CBS News investigation is shedding light on his secret double life. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Before Thanksgiving 2023, Thomas Crooks' online life was fairly routine for a 20-year-old. But the just-released investigation shows a plan for mass violence was brewing, and for it to succeed, Crooks had to compartmentalize his life. CBS reports that in the summer of 2023, Crooks brought a rifle from his dad and signed up for a membership at a shooting range. He became a regular at Clairton Sportsman's Club, signing into the rifle range more than 40 times in the last 11 months of his life. In the months before July 13th, Crooks researched the presidential candidates online more than 60 times. He visited the Butler Farm Show grounds in person on July 7th and searched for Butler Farm Show photos. The probe shows Crooks was planning an assassination, all while pursuing a career in engineering. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
In response to disruptive and violent closing time crowds, Pittsburgh Public Safety is working with businesses in the East Carson Street entertainment zone that close after 2 a.m. to do it earlier. At the same time, the city is identifying businesses serving alcohol to minors and will work with the district attorney's office to have them classified as nuisance bars. City Council member Bob Charlin talked with KDKA TV.
Being out on the street, seeing it firsthand, there is one bar that is in an entirely different strata in what it does to affect the district.
That's Capo's, which was designated as disruptive by the city last week and appears to be headed for closure. City leaders are also considering closing East Carson Street if crowds persist after 2 a.m. Protesters clashed with immigration agents in the Southern California city of Camarillo Thursday after several arrests at a cannabis farm. CBS's Lauren Posen was there.
We saw dozens of people detained. Some were loaded onto the U.S. Marshal buses and then driven away. Word of this immigration raid sped really fast, and then people came out to protest, and that's when things got really heated. There was a tense standoff between agents and protesters. Agents started firing tear gas and using less lethal rounds to push the crowds back.
The demonstrators shouted and screamed, throwing rocks at the officers. Video shows a masked man dressed in black pointing a weapon at them and firing it. Time magazine's annual list of the 100 most influential companies features two with headquarters in Pittsburgh, Dick's Sporting Goods and Duolingo. The magazine says Dick's is proving that the sharp decline of brick-and-mortar stores is not universal. In fact, earlier this year, the sporting goods retailer announced it's buying Foot Locker for $2.4 billion. About Duolingo, Time says the company has turned an educational app into a cultural phenomenon. Duolingo more than doubled its monthly active users from 2022 to 2024. Aldi is adding a new location in Pittsburgh. The discount grocer announcing on social media it has a lease to replace Staples in the 2500 block of Banksville Road. Word of the new location came out in December when a zoning change was requested. When the new store will open is not known yet. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 275 points at 44,376. The Nasdaq down 43 points, and the S&P is down 28. KDKA Sports, the Bucks and Twins meet for the first time this season tonight in Minneapolis. Paul Skeens will start for the Pirates. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:04. Recently lost your health insurance or don't have insurance through an employer? Call One Health Benefits today, 724-799-8873 for affordable options. Skies are mostly cloudy. It's 74 at Pittsburgh International. AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
PA's #1 volume Kia dealer steps it up with great July deals that are for the people. 25 Kia Sportage LX or 25 Kia Seltos LX. Take your pick. Shorkey Kia has them for just $199 per month for 24 months with $29.99 due at signing. All with 2 years of prepaid maintenance, that incredible warranty, and $500 more for your trade. Locations in North Huntingdon and Wexford. ShorkeyKia.com. Call 1-855-410-4037 for complete details on all offers and terms.
75 years of research.
75 years of policy.
75 years of opportunity.
75 years of freedom.
This is 75 years of the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
Join us at mda75.org.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up, my friend?
All right, Marty, just because we have the minimal delays here as the rush hour is winding down, we do want to talk about the things that are going to be happening on the Parkway North beginning this evening in preparation for a new multi-month crossover traffic pattern on the Parkway North beginning tonight at 9 until 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Southbound or inbound I-279 traffic will be down to a single lane just south of the Swindell Bridge. That's between the Venture Street and East Street exits. The Parkway North inbound will then reopen to 2 lanes during the day tomorrow until 6 p.m. They'll bring it back down to a single lane again as they finalize that crossover, which will all be in place. 2 lanes of traffic using the HOV lanes coming inbound until you get across the Veterans Bridge, and that will be in place by Sunday morning around 10 a.m. So watch for that. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, times of sun and clouds. It'll be warm and humid with a thunderstorm in the area. High 86, partly cloudy, warm but humid tonight, though 70. For tomorrow, more sun than clouds, hot and humid, the high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Friday. Downtown. Folks in county offices are scared to death. Why? Woman parks her car right there across from the shelter there on 2nd Avenue. And if you're down there, it's near the municipal courts. It's very close to the big parking lot. Most of the county employees park there. Woman comes out of there, works in the county building, gets in her car, and a homeless woman carjacks her. Now, the homeless woman is right there at that shelter, the 2nd Avenue shelter. It's just overflowing, and they've decided now to camp out on the streets. It's a crap show. It's actually disgusting. They have cages for dogs. Everyone's getting high. They're crapping in the street and urinating. So cops arrest this woman. Good for the Zone 2 detectives. They're amazing. They arrest her for, again, think if you're a female and you're working downtown in municipal courts of the county and you got to park down there. And these homeless folks, this woman carjacked a county employee, a homeless woman. And to add insult to that, she hasn't even had a prelim on another case of aggravated assault. How about that? Aggravated assault, Amanda Harris, disarming an officer in Westmoreland. Did you hear what I said? So this woman tries to kill a cop in Westmoreland County. Hasn't even had the damn prelim yet, but she's out walking around and she carjacks a county employee 2 days ago. For those who say that downtown is cool, you're lying. I just walked that walk with one of the premier criminal defense attorneys in the country and a friend, Chuck Porter. Chuck Porter, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. How are you?
So now, Chuck, we just walked that walk, and Chuck pointed out the crap hole that this is. So now, Chuck, you had a county employee, a female, carjacked right where we were walking. You're not surprised, are you, sir?
I'm not. I mean, we talked about the potential for something bad to happen, and sure enough, here it is.
And every single damn day, Chuck, when you walk past there, what do you smell? Urine, weed, crap, alcohol, right, Chuck? Right?
I nearly texted you about a week ago because as I was coming back from a visit at the jail and walking past that facility, on the opposite side of the the street walking down 2nd Avenue, it looked like someone had just dumped a whole bag of garbage, and it was just sitting there on the sidewalk. So on the one sidewalk, you have all the campers, and on the other sidewalk, you have a pile of garbage.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm actually physically crossing 2nd Avenue to the other side to avoid all the nonsense.
Well, Chuck, you're known as and are a badass. And the truth of the matter is, even this makes you uncomfortable, does it not, sir?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, we all recognize that helping people is a good, noble thing. Again, assuming they want to avail themselves of help.
Right.
Having said that, what's going on there is it doesn't appear that a lot of the people are looking for help. It looks like they're just partying, carrying on, now committing crimes. And, again, my opinion is if we're going to have a facility like this, that's fine. But we really need to consider having some security, not security inside, but maybe security outside to make sure that everybody loitering on 2nd Avenue isn't harassing or committing crimes against citizens who are walking up and down 2nd Avenue trying to do their job.
So, Chuck, here we have this woman, Amanda Harris, who is out right now on charges of assaulting and taking a gun from a cop in Westmoreland County. She decides that while she's out, she'll head downtown and gather with the rest of the punks and thugs and drug addicts and felons and carjack a county employee. So now, Chuck, it's a gathering place for dangerous felons. We got to do something, don't we, sir?
Well, we need to be vigilant about if we're going to have this facility, we need to be vigilant about what's going on there. I mean, the fact that this woman's out on bond after charges like that in Westmoreland County surprises me, number one. Yep. Having said that, now committing this other crime, I sure as hell hope someone has revoked her bond at this time.
We got to hope. Something has to happen before someone gets hurt and or killed. Yes, Chuck?
Well, that's exactly the problem. We talked about, okay, so it's an inconvenience, it's a nuisance, it's annoying having to walk past. But when you have people who either have mental health issues, drug issues, both, criminal issues, and you have people like this poor woman who got a carjacked, just trying to walk to or from her car. And, again, the city does not appear to want to or have the ability to have a police presence there. I mean, the police, when they do something in Southside, they get questioned about why they're trying to break up riots at 2 a.m, for God's sake. So, the police are hamstrung. The facility here that we have needs to have security outside.
To your point,
if you're letting people loitering outside, you need to have security to make sure they're not doing things that are inappropriate.
Defense Attorney Chuck Porter, to your point, from one of my sources, they had a police detail there, Marty, but they stopped it because the homeless felt threatened by their presence. I believe that. Don't you, Chuck?
Oh, sure. And I think, look, we've talked historically about people in neighborhoods, like where the police would patrol the neighborhoods and sort of establish a goodwill with the people in the neighborhood. It's sort of like the old school approach to policing. And, why can't that be done here?
No idea.
If the police are simply making sure you're behaving, the police aren't looking to arrest people for minor stuff. They want to make sure the people are behaving. And if the people are uncomfortable, well, then maybe they need to look at themselves.
Chuck Porter, thanks, brother. We might have to take another walk. Thanks, my man.
All right, Marty, you take care.
It's ridiculous. So, my man Patrick nailed it, and he's right on. The drug dealers don't want the cops there. Right on, brother. So the woman that carjacked the county employee, how about this? These are prior assaults and arrests, robbery, threats, terroristic threats, simple assault, receiving stolen property, criminal conspiracy, engaging in robbery, terroristic threats, simple assault, criminal conspiracy, theft by unlawful taking. It's unbelievable. Theft by deception. These are all the charges. Retail theft. Receiving stolen property. Aggravated assault. She assaulted and took a gun from a law enforcement officer in Westmoreland County. They felt that she was cool, let her out on bond. She traveled downtown and carjacked a county employee, to which I always ask, is this as good as it gets? Damn. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up, my friend?
All right, thanks, Marty. What's up is the outbound side of the Parkway East. If you're headed eastbound, in other words, toward those Squirrel Hill tunnels, kind of looking like evening rush hour there. Of course, the construction zone lane restriction out by Commercial Street is forcing the slowdowns that begin for you right around that Bates Street on-ramp and the Oakland on-ramp as you head outbound through the lane pinch. Do leave extra travel time there. The inbound ride, by comparison, is the good one. No major accidents or problems in your way on the Parkway East, all the way from Monroeville to the tunnels. Just a minor slowdown between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the inbound tunnel. Portal Parkway West inbound, you do have some company there. You're backing up right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Savor every last drop of summer with Starbucks. From bold refreshers to rich cold brews, the sunniest season only gets better with a handcrafted iced beverage in your hand. Available for a limited time. Your summer favorites are ready at Starbucks.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
UPMC, they say life-saving, life-changing medicine. And I've been an example of that. I would not be alive today if it was not for UPMC. And my sister Barb is an amazing example. She's 2 years into her battle with pancreatic cancer. Doctors in Cleveland said she had 6 months to live. I'm not exaggerating. Look, none of this is perfect, and it's a painful process and very difficult. However, you get the greatest care from the greatest people. All they want is for you to live. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing medicine.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. Give Bath R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Man, I love this. It's Marty. Good paying jobs, not just any jobs, jobs that can support your family, great benefits, opportunities for advancement. This is the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, representing construction workers and public sector employees, over 500,000 strong. I love them. Phil Amaris leads this great union. He's one of my boys. He's one of my favorite people on earth. I'm serious. Pennsylvania Laborers District Council. Check them out. laborpa.org. They're powerful. I'm telling you, I love them.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight. Early bird special, only $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late-day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also, stop smoking with Mark Patrick. No matter how many times you tried to quit, this hypnosis is designed to destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Seminars Wednesday, July 23rd at the Hilton Garden Inn in Cranberry Township, and Thursday, July 24th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh and Green Tree. Weight loss seminar 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team as they discuss budget-friendly meals. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
So this woman that attempted carjack of a county employee a couple days ago, she's in jail right now. But she was out on bond. Folks, this is a fact. She's on probation right now for aggravated assault and disarming an officer in Westmoreland County. She took a cop's gun, wanted to kill a cop. So now, as one of my boys so aptly puts it, we're now attracting homeless criminals to Pittsburgh instead of taxpayers. Can't dispute that. So we have this transient felon who wanted to kill a cop from Westmoreland County who decides, you know what, I'm going to go chill in Pittsburgh where all the other felons, druggies, drunks are hanging out and crapping on the sidewalk. So what she does is, this has happened Wednesday, late, kind of like 4 o'clock. This employee of the county pulls out in her car. This woman, this felon, she jumps out and tries to open the car door. How about that? How about that? In fact, she opened up the front passenger door. How about that? Had every intention of, and then jumps in front of the car when the woman tried to accelerate and get the hell out of the way. How about that? Alonzo, play that piece. I took a walk right in this area with Patrick, with a couple attorneys, and with Steve Mazza a short time ago. Listen to what went down. Do you have that, Alonzo? Yes. Play that, please. So, folks, the truth of the matter is all these folks now are homeless, and they have no shelter, and they're here all day, and they create a threat, and they created a danger. And this is the place that the city says they've taken care of this whole crisis, but they haven't.
I talked to an assistant district attorney today who told me that she witnessed a bonfire going on the sidewalk here one day when she was going home. She saw someone drop their pants and relieve himself here, right on the sidewalk. And
it's out of control.
This is not how it should be.
It really is. You work down here. Mm-hmm. So we're just by the 2nd Avenue shelter. A lot of folks back in tents, a lot of folks hanging out. I thought the city took care of this, sir.
Seems like they just pushed them a little further down. They seem to still be here and still be as ornery now that the weather's getting a little warmer. They're up and down the street a little more. But they're definitely still around. I think they're closer down by the river and then down in here a little more.
Do you feel threatened by this?
I've been attacked up here at this lot by homeless people on a Saturday afternoon at noon, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, he hit me with a pipe right over there. I was going down to do some work. He hit me with a pipe. First he punched me, then he hit me with a pipe, and then he left, and the police came, and they were like, do you want to press charges? I was like,
wow.
What do you mean, do I want to press charges? Yeah, it's pretty dangerous down here. I tell people to watch their back all the time.
Do you fear for your life?
I don't know if I fear for my life, but I definitely don't think it's safe.
So what about this notion that the city said they've taken care of this problem? That's a lie.
Yeah, it's definitely still here. I see them all day, every day. When people park in my lot, I tell them, I said, they go, we're back quick. I said, good, because it's not Kennywood down there.
Oh, wow. The notion that it's better is a lie.
It's absolutely not better. You can see it. It's obvious just walking around here.
It's a hellhole, man. And Patrick, what's not ironic, is that you and I walked in the same place where this homeless woman tried to carjack a woman yesterday. This is that area. And we were walking through, there's this buildup So here's what I'm told. First of all, they cleared out the bike paths, as we know. And now, if you're high or losing your mind, they're not letting you stay in that shelter.
No, and if you don't follow the rules, they're apparently letting people just set up on the sidewalk.
Right on.
Right next to the shelter.
And I got people crapping on that right there today, crapping. Then they have dogs down there. Now they have their own crates. They have an entire community of disgusting people living right there.
Yeah. Doing drugs. I stopped with a guy on the bike trail right around the time we shot this video. There was a guy overdosed, passed out on the trail.
And think of this. Your wife is walking right past that every damn day to get to that garage to go to her car.
Mm-mm.
And now you have a damn county employee. Can you imagine, man? You know where that light is, Patrick. She's parked right at that light on First Avenue, and someone pulls the door open and wants to carjack her.
I can believe it. I mean, when I go downtown now, I like to have my windows down. I will never drive around downtown with my back windows open.
It's unbelievable that this is the environment that we've now created with these folks who are totally combustible, totally breaking down, and not one friggin' public leader has a plan. What's bizarre to me, my man, and you know this, they all worked out. They walk past this and drive past this every day. And what'd you say?
The municipal lot's right there.
The damn jail's 100 feet away.
Yeah. So let's take all the cops away from there. Let's just let them deal drugs, do drugs, and whatever else right there on the sidewalk.
They took the cops away because they said the homeless people felt uncomfortable. To hell with them.
I'm totally fine with people being uncomfortable doing drugs in public.
It's unbelievable. Now we had a woman carjacked. What's it going to take to stop this madness? No idea.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
74 and mostly cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Secret Double Life of Thomas Crooks. That is the title of a CBS News investigation of Donald Trump's would-be assassin. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
In the year since the shooting, investigators and those who knew Thomas Crooks have been trying to piece together what led him to climb onto a roof in Butler with few answers. On one hand, his life was fairly routine for a man just out of his teens. He'd scroll through social media, listen to music on Spotify, and visit news sites. In the months leading up to the assassination attempt, keeping a new set of secrets, like building homemade explosive devices in his bedroom. Crooks' father told investigators he spotted signs of his son's declining mental health, including several instances of his son dancing in his bedroom throughout the night or talking to himself with his hands moving. The July 13th attack will long be remembered not just for how close it came to altering American history, but also for how many systemic flaws it exposed. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
With predictions of declining population in the next 25 years, Sharon and Hermitage in Mercer County are offering $5,000 cash to people who relocate there. News Radio KDKA's Paul Alexander has that.
They will bundle the money with additional perks like YMCA memberships. Greenville, also in Mercer County, offering monetary incentives as well. State officials have a renewed sense of urgency. The Rural Population Revitalization Commission, created last year, is busy brainstorming ways to bring in and keep residents in rural areas. Several communities are collaborating with Make My Move, an online relocation marketplace, to establish incentive programs for their specific community. Many cite the lack of robust internet connectivity in growing population in rural areas. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 234 points at 44,416. The Nasdaq down 6 points, and the S&P is down 18 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service. That actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed. Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy, JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Woo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got The Lot, Carnivores, The Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling Boss Work Phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up, my friend?
Well, it depends on where you go out there right now, Marty. Parkway West inbound is playing the fluctuating traffic game, if you will, stacking now near the top of Green Tree Hill. Right after you crest the top by the Green Tree off-ramp, there is where you're getting in line. Very slow go traffic all the way down to and through those Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound toward the airport, it's a great ride. No problems for you there. 51 northbound and West Liberty Avenue, Route 19 coming out of the South Hills. Just traffic light delays behind the Liberty tunnels. Parkway East on the inbound ride has receded nicely. Just a little bit of a slowdown through the Squirrel Hill tunnels. It's the outbound that's a bit of a mess. Of course, the daylight construction zone till about 2 p.m. with the single lane pinch through the outbound Squirrel Hill tunnels means you are backing up right around that Bates Street on-ramp, so about 1.5 miles of delays you'll need to navigate. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Warm and humid this afternoon with intervals of clouds and sunshine. Also a thunderstorm in places. The high 86. Clear to partly cloudy and muggy tonight, though 70. Tomorrow sunshine, a few clouds, hot and humid, high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Here we go. We've made it to the end of the week. It's a Friday. Lots going on in town. Going to be a big one. Big weekend. We send you off into the weekend with this Friday show. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, right here, KDK.
You want a jag-off move? I'm not saying he's a jag-off. I'm saying it's a jag-off move. Last night, I get this post, which I put on social, and everybody went berserk. Let me read it. Thursday, July 10th, last night, 6 to 7:30. By the way, I thought this was fake. I had to run it past a couple of my insiders to make sure it was even real. I thought it was so stupid. I'm not saying he's stupid. I'm saying this is stupid. Thursday, July 10th, 6 to 7:30. People power. Yeah. Join us for a meet and greet launch for the write-in Ed Gainey for mayor on November 4th, 2025 community campaign. Tripoli Street Community Center. By the way, the Tripoli Street Community Center is owned and managed by the head of the Democratic Party in Pittsburgh. Just saying. Come on, man. How to annoy Corey O'Connor 101. There's a lot of stuff that annoys me about this. Number one, that it happened. Number two, this whole I'm playing dumb routine that Ed's playing like he didn't know anything about that. Spare me. My man Ed, I was born tonight but not last night. I was born on a Friday but not this Friday. You know who knows that this is stupid and a jag-off move? My man Jim, 40-plus years in politics here. This is a new low, a new level of ignorance and just a plain jag-off move, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, I would have to say so.
When you saw it, man, first thing that crossed your mind, Jim?
Well, the first thing that crossed my mind is he's all in with this. He's acting like,
Come on, Jim.
Well, I'm not running.
Uh-huh.
My gut tells me he's looking for a deal because he's smart enough of a politician to know that, particularly with an election that's really numb at this point. I don't think there's going to be high enough turnout for anything.
Nope.
That this is pretty much over. But by plausible deniability, he can say, well, maybe they'll draft me, but it gives him a back door to get out of it so that he doesn't destroy his brand completely if he wants to do something in the future.
Two things. He clearly knew about this, right?
Oh, well, let me put it this way. I don't believe that he didn't.
Right.
He has to know about it because the average voter would just say it's over. It's
Thank you.
Inside thinking to even put this out there.
Hey, Jim, let's be clear. You've been at this how long in politics in Pittsburgh?
Well, I go back to when I was a kid sitting on Lawrence's knee. That's how I've been doing it.
And so he was mayor when Abe Lincoln was president, right?
Pretty much. I mean, I worked on campaigns all the way back. I mean, before Caligiuri. I mean,
so you tell me, brother, what are the chances for an Ed Gainey write-in campaign for him to win in November? What are the chances?
I would say less than zero.
Thank you. This is idiotic, is it not?
Yeah, I find it idiotic. But like I said, the only thing that makes any sense to me is if he's like, well, if I disrupt things enough, maybe I can get a job. And the upside, well, here's the thing.
No,
the upside
I see what you're saying, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is the upside would be to Corey like, well, okay, I don't have to raise all this extra money and I don't have to do all this extra campaigning. So maybe it's easier to just get this headache off my plate as opposed to having to do the work. You know what I'm saying?
So then Gainey sends out this statement, I am deeply humbled by the movement calling for a write-in campaign on my behalf. The outpouring of support.
To me, that's like looking in the mirror and saying, I'm humbled. You know what I mean?
My focus remains on finishing this term. As we look ahead, I remain committed to supporting efforts to build a stronger, more equitable city, one where every resident feels seen, heard, and valued. My man, that's a campaign speech right there.
There's no question about it. It's a campaign speech. Not to mention, if you've watched his social media, he's been everywhere. So that tells me he's having a hard time giving up that seat. Now, here's an interesting...
He's trying to get the job as the head of the Urban League. He's trying to be the head of the Urban League.
Well, aggravating the next mayor isn't really a good move if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But here's what's interesting. Here's what I find interesting, Marty, is this is the first barb to the progressive movement in this county. So you got Lee and you got Emma Murado, who this is devastating to them because he's their point man. For him to go down makes them instantly vulnerable.
Good. Bye-bye.
Say, right. You follow what I'm saying? So are they going to get involved to try to save themselves? You see what I'm saying?
It's a stupid move.
Hey, I mean, Custer crossed the Little Bighorn, too. You know, some people just built that way, right?
Thanks, Jimbo.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Honestly, when I saw it, I thought it was a fake. It wasn't. I find the mayor to be very charming, very charismatic, very engaging, very passionate. I just do. He's a joy to be around. Charming as hell. Fantastic live. We were in his office. I was with my son, put my son in his chair, talked to him like he was the mayor. What would you do, Vince? He's smooth, man. But this, low class, jag-off move. There's one person out there that would vote for this mayor after he got his ass kicked by Corey O'Connor. Maybe one, maybe 200, but certainly not 50,000. I agree with Jimbo. One of two things. He's testing the waters to see his support. One of three things. Trying to raise money for whatever and using it as a platform to try and get a deal, i.e. a job, because my man needs a job. And he wants the job at the Urban League. Just saying. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is there's a weekend worth of work kicking off tonight on the Parkway North I-279. This is in preparation for a new multi-month crossover traffic pattern on the Parkway North. So tonight at 9 until 10 tomorrow morning, southbound or inbound I-279 will be down to a single lane. This is just south of the Swindell Bridge, so between the Venture and East Street exits there. Now, the Parkway North inbound will then reopen to 2 lanes of traffic during the day on Saturday till about 6 p.m., and then it'll be back to a single lane again as they continue the construction of that crossover pattern southbound. And then around 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, the 2-lane crossover bringing all traffic off of the main line Parkway North onto the HOV lanes until you get across the Veterans Bridge, and then coming back over onto the main line travel lanes. That will be in place, so just be prepared for the changes over the weekend and come Monday morning. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back.
Totally changed my life.
It's amazing.
I don't have any cravings.
You want to quit, but have found it impossible? This is the thing for you. I have absolutely no craving. It's the darndest thing I have ever seen in my life.
It's not for entertainment. It's for results.
Do it. It works. Period.
You've tried everything else. You need to come and try this.
Early bird special, only $49.99. No irritability, no cravings. Because don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all. In addition, use hypnosis to lose all the weight and destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Wednesday, July 23rd at the Hilton Garden in Cranberry Township, or Thursday, July 24th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh, West and Greentree. Weight loss seminar, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Lynn just loves the summers in Pittsburgh, but she hates to paint, so she called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came, and we discussed what we wanted done. And this time, we had the roof done as well.
Formulated for our specific climate here in Indy and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty.
We truly believe in this product.
And right now you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers. Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield. While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is Jessica from C. Crane. You've got a workshop, guest house, or backyard office just a few hundred feet from your home, but no Wi-Fi. Frustrating, right? Most people either give up or pay for a second internet service, expensive and unnecessary. But you found a better way. With the CC Vector extended long-range Wi-Fi system from C. Crane, you can beam a reliable Wi-Fi signal up to a half a mile from your router, as long as you have line of sight. It works with all your Wi-Fi devices and gives you basic internet for browsing the web, making video calls, watching standard video, and best of all, streaming audio from your favorite show. Setup is simple, and if you need help, C. Crane's U.S.-based customer support is ready to walk you through it. Be the one who solved the Wi-Fi problem. Visit ccrane.com. That's CCRANE.com/booster. Or call us at 800-522-8863. That's 800-522-8863.
July is National Carpet Cleaning Month, and Zero Res is fired up and going to give you a deal. Offering a purchase of 3 rooms of carpet cleaned, get 1 free, plus $50 off air duct services, too. We had a bunch of family over for a picnic. What a mess. All the kids, 8 little kids under the age of 9. I don't need to tell you the damage that can be done in a hurry. You need the experts to clean up. Vacuuming is not sufficient. You need Zero Res, and it's not just carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and those air ducts. So important. Zero Res has a 4.9 rating on Google with over 10,000 reviews. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResPGH.com or call 412-701-1188. Ask for the KDKA special. Take advantage of this opportunity now. Zero Res, 412-701-1188. Spell it backward or forward. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Dan from Connecticut asks, it probably makes me some sort of real estate heretic to say this, but I've long questioned the value in home ownership. I've been in my house for 36 years, and I still say if I had rented all this time and worked someplace part-time for the 8 to 10 hours a week you work on a house, I'd be financially ahead at this point. We may be able to get some cash out when we sell to retire. What do you think? Dan? I think I'm with you on this one. Home ownership is not the be-all, end-all. For some people it works and makes sense, and for others, renting is the better option.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I had to grab some of my boys who saw the same crap Ganey put out. Because it just... I had to call a bunch of people to see if it was real, because idiots make stuff up and throw it out there on social all the time. And I thought that's what this was, because it's so stupid. I'm not saying the mayor's stupid. I'm saying this is stupid. It's such a jag-off move. I'm not saying the mayor's a jag-off. I'm saying this is a jag-off move. I had to grab my brother Anthony. Come on, Anthony. This is so stupid, is it not?
Well, unfortunately, Marty, I was away, and I just got my phone back, and I see you text. What was it about something that he put out, right?
Yeah, do you see that, what I sent you, that he had a write-in campaign meeting last night?
Yeah, that's bogus.
Come on.
He knows he has no shot. And plus, he can't do a double dip. He lost the primary. By the bylaws, he couldn't do that anyway.
So Anthony, what are they doing here, man? What is this ignorant move? What are they trying to prove here?
They're appeasing the base. He's appeasing the base, and it was stolen now. That's the new mantra. When you lose, you say it was stolen. And it was the man. It was the contractors. And of course, there's always racial undertones. So that's what this is. It's to appease that base, that lunatic base who disregards anything that all of his failures.
Come on,
and blames it on everyone else.
Come on, Anthony. A write-in campaign rally. Come on, brother. Come on, Anthony.
Well, that's probably to pay down some campaign debt.
That's what I thought.
Because you can bet they were throwing some contributors around.
I thought they were trying to raise money or get a gig. He's trying to get a job. He's trying to get the job as the head of the Urban League.
That's the only, or some foundation somewhere, because he's burned everything, so he's not going to get any corporate jobs. That's out.
Come on.
So
Come
he'll be downtown panhandling with his buddies pretty soon because he loves them so much.
Oh, I just thought this
It's
was
a shame.
ignorant. And by the way, the woman where they had the rally, the woman who had the rally, it's her building. She's head of the Democratic Party. That's smart.
But yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's a way to ingratiate yourself with friggin' with
the
Corey.
new mayor.
Come
right?
on, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, new mayor. Here's some advice from a guy who's been around in the party for 50-something years. Hire Joe Rocky.
Nice.
Hire Weinstein.
Nice.
Get your corporate people together through Rocky. And Weinstein knows where all the money is. You bring those two in, we'll have a successful area.
Wow. Oh, man, I just had an epiphany over this. Good for you, man. So I love you. Thanks, brother.
All right, man.
Wow. That's actually cool. My man Ralph, total activist, total Pittsburgher. Ralph, you saw this crap. What do you think, man?
Well, it's another ploy. You know what? I got a job for Ed Gainey. The way he talks, he could be a minister. Do you ever think of that?
Actually, of course. He's very charming, very charismatic.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Met him in person many times. He made some promises to my face and did not do them. It was in my church. Up there, when my pastor
But
retired.
Come on, man, having a write-in campaign rally, Ralph. Come on, Ralph.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's terrible. You know what? He's desperate. He's trying to get back into the fold.
I think he is.
The Urban League of Pittsburgh job probably would be a good job for him. I mean, what he should do is take some time off and reflect. Reflect on what he didn't do.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
My man, Ralph. You're the best. Thanks, my man. I'd heard this from a couple people, and I don't know the minutia of it, but a couple people said that to me, that he can't do it by the bylaws, but I don't know. I really don't. I know election law well enough, but I don't care whether he can do it or not. He'd get about 12 votes. It's a stupid idea.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Here's a great tip for summer. Trust PJ Fitzpatrick for an energy-efficient new roof. Don't just trust us. Trust their thousands of 5-star reviews and their lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. The PJ Fitzpatrick team of experienced professionals installs most roofs in just one day. Set up a free design consultation this month and save thousands. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Visit trustpj.com today. That's trustpj.com.
Here's a few questions for you from California Psychics. Do your workdays seem to go on forever? Is your career progression as fast as downtown traffic? Or does your boss still not know your name?
Hey, you, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Carrie, ma'am. Just get it done, Terry.
It's time to read the career warning signs and talk to California Psychics. We're always on hand to give you the career guidance you need. You see, we only connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. So you could soon be telling your boss where to stick that report.
Where are you going, Terry? Terry!
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Hi, I'm your kid's old jeans. I've been in the drawer for a while and really missed the playground. You should swing by Goodwill and drop me off. Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. Plus, I could get back into the game. Donate today. Tag, you're it.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Temperature rising fast, 78 now with cloudy skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Thomas Crooks left no manifesto or explanation for why he tried to kill the former and future president in Butler a year ago. But a CBS News investigation is shedding light on his secret double life. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Before Thanksgiving 2023, Thomas Crooks' online life was fairly routine for a 20-year-old. But the just-released investigation shows a plan for mass violence was brewing, and for it to succeed, Crooks had to compartmentalize his life. CBS reports that in the summer of 2023, Crooks brought a rifle from his dad and signed up for a membership at a shooting range. He became a regular at Clairton Sportsman's Club, signing into the rifle range more than 40 times in the last 11 months of his life. In the months before July 13th, Crooks researched the presidential candidates online more than 60 times. He visited the Butler Farm Show grounds in person on July 7th and searched for Butler Farm Show photos. The probe shows Crooks was planning an assassination, all while pursuing a career in engineering. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
In response to disruptive and violent closing time crowds, Pittsburgh Public Safety is working with businesses in the East Carson Street Entertainment Zone that close after 2 a.m. to do that earlier. At the same time, the city is identifying businesses serving alcohol to underage customers and will work with the district attorney's office to have them classified as nuisance bars. City Council member Bob Charlin talked with KDKA TV.
Being out on the street, seeing it firsthand, there is one bar that is in an entirely different strata in what it does to affect the district.
And that would be Capo's, which was designated as disruptive by the city last week and appears headed for closure. City leaders are also considering closing East Carson Street if crowds persist after 2 a.m. President Trump is visiting today the site of last week's deadly flash flooding in central Texas. Here's CBS's Linda Kenyon.
The president's trip will include an aerial viewing of the devastated region. Trump also will meet with family members of flood victims and with first responders. He'll also take part in a briefing and a roundtable discussion with local officials. The visit will mark a full week since the torrential downpours that hit part of the Texas Hill Country in the early morning hours of July 4th. The president said he waited to visit the region because he didn't want to be in the way of rescuers or other first responders, mindful that presidential visits require vast security precautions. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A startling revelation today from the wife of Senator John Fetterman. Giselle Fetterman told KDKA's Larry Richert she receives death threats on a regular basis.
I hate politics. I'm not a politician. I didn't choose this role for myself.
You're saying death threats?
Regularly.
To you?
Oh, yes.
Why?
For years. For existing, for being the spouse of a senator, for you name it.
Giselle is now out with a new book. It's called Radical Tenderness, The Value of Vulnerability in an Often Unkind World. Westmoreland County commissioners say long, abrasive political speeches during public meetings have gotten out of control, and that is why a digital clock was installed this week to enforce the 3-minute limit for comments. The Tribune Review reports those who refuse to conclude their remarks could be physically removed. It appears the countdown clock is working because none of Thursday's speakers went beyond their allotted time. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 259 points at 44,391. The Nasdaq down 25 points, and the S&P is down 21. KDKA Sports, the Pirates and Twins are opening a 3-game series tonight at Minnesota. The Bucks are looking to end a 6-game losing streak, and Paul Skeens will start for Pittsburgh. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:04. It's 78, cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter Get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
From the BJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we have some delays as you try to get around town right now. Parkway East on the outbound ride is certainly making for a rough commute for you. Of course, we have the daylight lane restrictions through the Squirrel Hill tunnels out by the Commercial Street Bridge project, where they're putting in that retaining wall, single lane for you there until about 2 p.m. And right now, the backups greet you right around that Bates Street on-ramp coming from Oakland or from 2nd Avenue. As you make your way out to the Squirrel Hill tunnels, the inbound ride has some delays by Edgewood Swissvale. Inbound Parkway West is slow for you at the runaway truck sand pile. A reminder for your weekend concrete patching work will happen in Robinson and Kennedy Townships. I-79 will be down to a single lane in both directions beginning at 7 tonight, around the clock through 6 on Monday morning. Those lane restrictions will be in place between the airport Pittsburgh exit 59 and the Route 60 Moon Run Crafton interchange. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Early bird special, only $49.99. That's right. Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all. Also lose all the weight and let Mark Patrick hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Wednesday, July 23rd, Hilton Garden in Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township, or Thursday, July 24th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh, West and Greentree. Weight loss seminar, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds, warm and humid the rest of today with a thunderstorm in places, the high 86, then clear to partly cloudy and warm tonight, 70. Hot and humid tomorrow with more sun than clouds, high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Love that song. The Boss. So my man Bob, who's on the line here, did something really cool and courageous. I think it's past tense now, I think the guy was just evicted, but had a neighbor with a couple of vicious pit bulls. How do we know this? Because Bob videotaped the pit bulls murdering, ripping another dog apart. Bob brought it to our attention. We sent it to the police. We sent it to judges. We sent it to the DA's office. And they took action. They issued a press release yesterday. The police department did. Of course, they didn't give us any credit or any love, but they informed us, the public, that they went to the location and they're issuing citations to the owner of the pit bulls. And they're continuing to investigate. I find it a little bit disheartening that all they did was write a couple of citations on a dog and dogs that could be out there right now attacking your children. But we'll have to take that for what it's worth. Bob Boyle, who started this whole thing by doing the right thing. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing, Marty? First, I want to thank everybody for bringing this to light. I want to thank Todd Sensi for really putting in a lot of work. Him and the Honorable Judge Riccardi have done a lot here.
Yep.
But I don't feel like enough has been done. These are definitely felony charges that could be filed against him that they're just letting go for free.
I find it, okay, a couple things I want to talk to you about. They want to act like it was something that mattered that this occurred in March. What the hell's the difference when this occurred? A felony's a felony. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And why didn't they do anything in March?
Right.
When 911 was called, why didn't the police even respond to the call?
So everybody knows this. Let's go through the chain of events. My man Bob, who lives next door, behind, or wherever, to this guy with the dogs. Where are you in terms of physically? Right next door? Huh?
I'm directly behind him.
And so you see this incident, and I can hear your kids are in the background. That they had to watch this insanity. So you tape it with your cell phone. You immediately called 911, didn't you?
Absolutely. I called 911 before filming the video.
Any response, sir? Anything?
Animal control came out, and they still seen these dogs mauling a puppy. But why haven't they come forward to say they witnessed this event as well?
Right. And by the way, they did nothing but take the corpse away of the dead dog, right?
Yeah, and where is the corpse right now? What did they do with the corpse? Where is the initial report even?
And so really, you're dissatisfied.
Absolutely. I think the whole neighborhood of Carrick should be dissatisfied. These dogs are still running loose. Is it even safe to be outside in Carrick right now?
Yeah, so they issue this press release to do what? To tell the public they're out there kicking ass. Is that the point?
I mean, I think it. I don't even know why they did a press release for that. I'm disappointed with them at that. Where are these dogs at now even? Do they even know? Is the public safe?
Well, we have pictures right in the last couple of days of them roaming the streets, and a woman couldn't get out of her car because the dogs were up against the door, and she's in there with her kids. But no one knows where the hell they are, do they?
Nobody, no. Did they even notify Brentwood? Brentwood's a neighboring community, and this happened right on the border. I think Brentwood should even know that, hey, there's some vicious dogs loose.
Look, took a lot of courage for you to take this video and to push this. They showed no courage and no real leadership in tracking this down, did they, sir?
Absolutely zero.
Ricky King evicted your neighbor. Does that help?
I mean, that makes me feel a little better that he won't be behind me with any more dogs, at least. But who knows where he's going to be at now? Where are they going to file these charges and arrest him at then?
Yeah, that's what irritates me. If he is evicted and he is gone, probably took the dogs with him and just moved the problem somewhere else, right?
Absolutely. Where's he at? What neighborhood is in danger now then?
When's the last time you saw him and or the dogs, brother?
Tuesday evening, I've seen his car parked on Brownsville Road, but I haven't seen anything after that.
And when's the last time?
I haven't seen the dogs, and I can't even tell you when.
I see. I got people who saw the dogs 2 nights ago, but we haven't seen the dogs or him since then. We're going to stay on this. There should be more, right? There should be an arrest. The dog should be put down, right?
Absolutely. We should know that we're safe to go outside.
I'm with you. Bob, I love you. You know that, man. You're a hell of a man.
I love you too, Marty.
Stay in on this.
You've done so much for me here. It's amazing.
I'll do anything to help you, my man. Stay on it. Anything changes, you let me know.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
We don't want credit for this. I could care less. But let me tell you what happened. I sent the DA's office those videos because they asked for them. They forwarded to them cops. We gave them Bob's numbers. The judge got the folks involved from the city. Okay? They did nothing. The cops wrote a couple citations, and I guess they're moving on. Bob's point is the best point. Why no arrests? Why no warrants? Why didn't the cops do anything since March? The way they released this press release, when they wrote in it, it implies that Pittsburgh police and animal care and control officers have since responded to the location of the incident. It was determined that this attack actually occurred in March. No crap. He called you in March. He called 911 in March. He called the animal care and control officers in March. And you didn't do squat. So yesterday, the city writes a couple of tickets and thinks we're going to go away. Nah. they need to resolve this issue, not write a couple of tickets and move on to lunch. Got to do better, folks. Much better. From the BJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Just one accident here on the roster right now. Marty, Green Tree Road at Arla Drive in Scott Township. We have crews responding to that reported crash there, so watch out for that. You'll want to watch if you're traveling the Parkway North I-279 this weekend. Some crossover pattern construction begins tonight at 9 until 10 a.m. on Saturday. The southbound or inbound I-279 traffic will be down to a single lane in the East Street Valley between the Venture and East Street exits. Parkway North inbound will be open to 2 lanes during the day on Saturday, but then again at 6 p.m. they'll take it down to 1 lane as they continue to construct that crossover pattern, which by Sunday morning will be in place for the next couple of months as 279 traffic is moved into the HOV lanes until you cross the Veterans Bridge, when things will be back on the main travel lanes there, all to repair the piers with the structural issues that are underneath the ramps from 579 to 279. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, folks, you ready for a Coit clean summer? It's Marty. My friends at Coit are ready, and right now you can save 35% on all Coit services. Carpets, rugs, wood and tile floors, drapes, upholstery, outdoor porch and patio furniture, and more. Get everything amazingly Coit clean for the summer. Call Coit now to save 35%. 1-800-FOR-COIT, 1-800-FOR-COIT to get a free estimate on your home or business. They clean my house. Coit, Pittsburgh's premier cleaning service.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life.
Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Jumpin' July savings at Coons Market.
Bone-in country-style spare ribs, $1.79 a pound. Fresh mangoes, 77 cents each. And Luigi's Italian Ice, 6-count packages, 2 for $5. Come see us at Coons.
Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, man, you can have 60 pit bulls. Just keep them the hell away from me. I won't. Just keep them the hell away from me. They're disgusting, dangerous animals. I get these pit bull freaks. My pit bull loves my child. Okay. Pit bull attacked and killed a 2-year-old in Ohio last week. I know, but that's just an isolated incident. Okay. Load the gun, lay it on the floor in the living room and say, well, we're using it for self-defense. But what if your kid picks it up? That's what a pit bull is, a loaded gun. In your house. Here's the thing. Patrick has chihuahuas. If those little chihuahuas lock their jaw on my ankle, they're getting like 3 little tidbits of skin. Sorry. If a pit bull locks its jaw on my ankle, my foot goes in the pit bull's mouth. That's just the facts, Jack. And these pit bulls murdered a dog, and I have texts here that they murdered at least 2 other dogs, and they're roaming all around Carrick, and the cops know this because my man Bob called them, and they blew it off. And so we turn them on to it. We send them all the videos. We give them all the evidence. They write a couple of tickets, and they walk away. Mm-hmm. Not what I would consider to be magnificent police work. And the animal control folks really dropped the ball. They went to the scene, the Pittsburgh guys, take the corpse, and the damn dog is still gnawing on the corpse, and they leave the damn crazy dogs there. Huh? Anyone hungry? Go ahead, Ruth.
Hi. Listen, Marty, don't get mad at me for saying this.
Uh-huh.
But, because you will. Because I'm on the other side of this. I'm not a pit bull freak, but I've had one.
Yeah.
An English Staffordshire Terrier.
Okay.
Pit bull covers about 4 or 5 bully dogs. American Staffordshire, I don't know what they all are. But if you ask a vet or the statistics, and I have personal experience with a different dog, a mutt that almost killed my dog in Frick Park. Okay, first you have to be responsible. You can't control your dog. But statistically, they are not more vicious than any other dog. Statistically, they aren't. In 1940, they were the #1 family dog and the Marine mascot dog and the Spanky and our gang dog.
1940? Jesus.
1940, yes.
That's when Jesus was around. What are you doing?
Too. It was almost when I was around. I'm just saying. There's more of them. So they're a very popular breed. But I've asked my veterinarians this over the years because I had one. And her name was Sweetie.
Yeah.
And I called her that because it's literally her goal seemed to be to want to kiss every human being on the face of the earth. However, Marty, I never let her off a leash. I never let her near a dog.
Okay, stop with the lecture. Stop with the I love. Can I throw some facts at you rather than this jargon you're throwing at me?
No, I don't love them particularly.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
I love you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Between 2019 and 2023, okay?
Yes.
Okay? 66%, oops, of all fatal dog attacks were ding, 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 pit bulls. Hold on. In 2023, there were 72 fatal dog bites. 57 were pit bulls. Ding, 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 ding. You're wrong, Ruth. I love you, Ruth. You're wrong, Ruth. Go hug your pit bull, but just be wary that when you hug the pit bull, it could bite your face off. I just, come on, man. Bite statistics. Wow. That was insane, Patrick. Pit bull deaths, 284. Rottweilers, 45. This is like the last 15 years. German Shepherds, 20. Mixed breed, 17. American Bulldogs, 15. Oops. Ma'am, you're wrong. You're wrong. Again, most recent dog bite statistics. Pit bulls, 284 deaths. Rottweilers, 45. German Shepherds, 20. Mixed breed, 17. Bulldogs, 15. Mastiff, 14. Huskies, 13. Lab, 9. Boxer, 7. Doberman, 6. Oops. Ma'am, I know you love pit bulls, but you're wrong. Pit bulls and Rottweilers have received an unfavorable reputation. Duh. They add up to 76% of fatal dog attacks. Duh. Ma'am, you're wrong. You're wrong. Pit bulls, average bite strength. Whoa, 235 pounds per square inch. Whoa. Highest number of fatal bites. Other than that, ma'am, you're right. They're wonderful dogs. Keep them the hell away from me or my kids. I will. 3 days ago, my man Patrick, 3 days ago, 1-year-old girl killed by a pit bull near Cleveland, 90 miles from Pittsburgh, 3 days ago. Ma'am, you're wrong. They're horrible dogs. They're dangerous dogs. And I don't care if you had one in 1939. By the way, you sound good for someone who's nearly 100 years old. But you're wrong, ma'am. Don't bring a squirt gun to a shotgun fight, ma'am. You're wrong. The numbers don't lie. They're horrible dogs. I wish the folks in Pittsburgh who went to the scene and took the carcass of the way the pit bull ripped, where the pit bull ripped, 2 pit bulls ripped one in half, would have taken the pit bulls too. But they didn't. They wrote a couple of traffic tickets, and the pit bulls are roaming around Carrick today. Isn't that special?
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do?
Okay, try me.
What about a programmer?
That is a job for someone with autism.
What about a teacher?
That is a job for someone with autism.
Oh, how about a healthcare worker?
Yes, those are all jobs for someone with autism. The truth is, qualified people with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas and beliefs. Businesses value diversity, but sometimes don't recognize the unique strengths and abilities of the autism community. Introducing WIN, the Workplace Inclusion Now program by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
Ooh, what about a ranch hand?
Yeah! Sure, that's a job for someone with autism too. To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win. That's autismspeaks.org/win.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. I was like, what's wrong? And he
he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
78, mostly cloudy skies. It's 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Secret Double Life of Thomas Crooks. That's the title of a CBS News investigation of Donald Trump's would-be assassin. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
In the years since the shooting, investigators and those who knew Thomas Crooks have been trying to piece together what led him to climb onto a roof in Butler with few answers. On one hand, his life was fairly routine for a man just out of his teens. He'd scroll through social media, listen to music on Spotify, and visit news sites. In the months leading up to the assassination attempt, Crooks pivoted to keeping a new set of secrets, like building homemade explosive devices in his bedroom. Crooks' father told investigators he spotted signs of his son's declining mental health, including several instances of his son dancing in his bedroom throughout the night or talking to himself with his hands moving. The July 13th attack will long be remembered not just for how close it came to altering American history, but also for how many systemic flaws it exposed. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Time Magazine's annual list of the 100 most influential companies in the nation features two with headquarters in Pittsburgh, Dick's Sporting Goods and Duolingo. The magazine says Dick's is proving the sharp decline of brick-and-mortar stores is not universal. In fact, earlier this year, the sporting goods retailer announced it is buying Foot Locker for $2.4 billion. And about Duolingo, Time says the company has turned an educational app into a cultural phenomenon. Duolingo more than doubled its monthly active users in 2022 to 2024. Aldi is adding a new location in Pittsburgh, the discount grocer announcing on social media it has a lease now to replace a Staples store in the 2500 block of Banksville Road. Word of the new location came out in December when a zoning change was requested. Now it's official, but when the new store will open is unknown. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 312 points at 44,339. The Nasdaq is down 32. The S&P down 24 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
So, Oakmont Bakery, they're great. You go in there, you get all the stuff you want. It's all fantastic. What you don't think of is their website, their page that has several thousand options. Custom cakes for parties, for graduations, for weddings. Folks, it's all handmade, bespoke, custom made to your specifics. And folks, they have decorators that are artists. It's beautiful stuff. Oakmont Bakery, where everything's delicious.
Contemplating retirement but worried you can't afford it because of high health care insurance costs? Dina Schmidt and her team at One Health Benefits will guide you on what's best for your retirement health care needs. One Health Benefits has been providing customized health benefit choices to retirees for over 2 decades. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised about the affordable options from One Health Benefits. Call today, 724-799-8873, or learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do?
Okay, try me.
What about a programmer?
That is a job for someone with autism.
What about a teacher?
That is a job for someone with autism.
Oh, how about a healthcare worker?
Yes, those are all jobs for someone with autism. The truth is, qualified people with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas and beliefs. Businesses value diversity, but sometimes don't recognize the unique strengths and abilities of the autism community. Introducing WIN, the Workplace Inclusion Now program by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
Ooh, what about a ranch hand?
Yeah! Sure, that's a job for someone with autism too. To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win. That's autismspeaks.org/win.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. Of course, the big news is what's going to be happening on the Parkway North this weekend. So we want to give you the info again so you may plan ahead in preparation for a big traffic change that'll be in place come Sunday morning. So a new multi-month crossover traffic pattern is going to happen on the Parkway North, and they're going to start putting things in place tonight beginning at 9 until 10. Tomorrow morning, you will have southbound or inbound I-279 traffic down to a single lane just south of the Swindell Bridge. That's between the Venture Street and East Street exits. Then they'll reopen things to 2 lanes of travel during the day for you on Saturday until about 6 p.m. when they'll narrow things to a single lane again to get that crossover pattern fully in place, taking mainline Parkway North traffic on the southbound side into the HOV lanes until you cross over onto the Veterans Bridge. So just keep that in mind and plan accordingly as you are making your plans for the weekend. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, times of sun and clouds. It'll be warm and humid with a thunderstorm in the area. High 86, partly cloudy, warm but humid tonight, though 70. For tomorrow, more sun than clouds, hot and humid, the high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Here we go. We've made it to the end of the week. It's a Friday. Lots going on in town. Going to be a big one. Big weekend. We send you off into the weekend with this Friday show. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, right here, KDKA.
What's up? All right. We got a call yesterday. I'm looking for the number because I got to call this guy. So he calls us, and I had to grab Carlos because, first of all, he's one of my boys. He's a fantastic friend, and he's the tree-cutting guru. He's the tree whisperer. Before he cuts a big tree down, he whispers to it, "You're going to die." No, I met him. I was driving through my sister's neighborhood. This is several years ago when we were just kids. And there was a massive tree down in this guy's yard. It looked like, honestly, Patrick, one of the biggest trees we've ever seen in our lives. One of the big, like one of those massive redwoods in California. And the folks didn't have money, I could tell. And because I'm a pain in the ass, I literally went up to their door because they wouldn't answer the door, and I didn't know them at all. And I put a note on the door and I said, "Please call me." This is the truth. So they called me and I said, "My man, can you afford to get this tree cut?" And he said, "Hell no." I went on the air and told that story. This is how I met Carlos. He shows up with his badass crews, and they cut that tree up for free. Honestly, we've been really good friends since. He's the most professional guy I've ever seen in this business, and he's a young guy. But he just gets it. He was raised right, man. He has this crazy work ethic and an even bigger heart. So, he's with Greater Pitt Tree Service. I had to grab you this morning. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Hey, Marty, how are you?
So we talk about this all the time, and I had to grab you. Some guy calls me on the air yesterday because we were talking about how, let's just use a tree as an example. Tree falls down. The guy says, man, I don't want to spend 10 grand. So he gets some Nimrod with a truck, some beat-up truck and a chainsaw, and he pays him $500. And you see this happen, and it's a horrible idea, is it not, sir?
I mean, there's a lot that can go wrong for sure.
Yep.
Somebody's on your property running a chainsaw. They get hurt or killed. They don't have workers' comp insurance. They're going to sue you or your homeowner's insurance, and your homeowner's insurance is going to say, hey, dum-dum, why'd you let them on the property without verifying that they had workers' comp insurance in case they got hurt? Any contractor you have on your property that's going to be performing work should have workers' comp, which is insurance. It's rated on how dangerous the occupation is. So we're the second highest rated industry that you can have out there. I mean, there's only one occupation more dangerous than what we do. So because of that, our rate is.
Is that true? Wow.
Yeah, I only speak the truth.
Whoa,
so
hold on.
Our rate.
What's the most dangerous?
I think it's the guys that go underneath the bridges and paint and sandblast.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyway, because it's so dangerous, our rate's so high. Insurance companies write policies, it's all about risk. So our rate is so high, it's such a huge payment for us every month that a lot of companies just don't carry it and hope no one ever gets hurt. Wow. But that's not the case. A lot of people do get hurt in this industry. And then now the homeowner was trying to save a few bucks. Now he's getting sued for a couple $100,000 medical bill because the guy fell out of the tree or cut his leg off. Whatever the case is. So, do your due diligence. Have an open line of communication with your homeowner's insurance. Go on the Better Business Bureau. Check people out. There's all these tools at your fingertips. If you don't use them, shame on you.
All right, so this guy calls my show. I'm trying to get him to call in. And he went nuts because some dude gave him an estimate of like $20,000 for a tree. But let me say this. I don't know who gave him that estimate. But to get the right work and to get the job done, sometimes your work is expensive. Is it not, sir?
Yes, I mean on a job, we're doing a job Monday or Tuesday in Oakmont, huge oak tree and a smaller hemlock, and that job is $20,000. But guess what? I'm there with over $1 million in equipment, 8 to 10 guys.
Right on.
There's a cost associated with it. This tree hovers over a house from 1910. It's irreplaceable. They don't want any damage in their yard, so we come in with a crane. We put mats down so there's no imprint of our equipment. So there's cost associated with that, and I try to make it relative to homeowners with other lines of home improvement that you can spend money on. Guess what? You want a nice kitchen in a house like yours or some people, 30, 40, 50 grand, right?
Please.
You want the all the bells and whistles in a nice kitchen. I'm just saying 30 grand is cost of a new kitchen. But guess what? The guy putting it in is showing up in a pickup truck with one or two guys, and nobody gets killed putting a kitchen in.
Right on.
We're there with 8 to 10 guys, $1 million in equipment, and people get killed doing what we do. So this is all the value that is attached to our price.
So hold on. I want you to hear this. I don't know where he's at, but I want you to hear this caller. I'm going to put you on. I'm going to lock you down, and I'm going to bring him on because I want him to tell his story. Because why I wanted to grab Carlos is because what happens is people go and find someone cheap. I ain't paying no $15,000, and then someone gets hurt or killed, or that tree falls into your house and they drive away. Brian is kind enough to call us. Brian, good morning. How are you?
Hey, what do you say, Marty?
My
Thanks
man.
for taking my call.
So this is Carlos on the line with you. He's with Greater Pitt Tree Service. He's the best tree guy I've ever known. Brian, tell him your story. I wanted to get you two together on the air because I want people to hear how this works. Go ahead. Tell him your story, Brian.
Okay. I had a guy come out. He said he would cut my tree down for me. He came in just a regular truck with no logos on it or anything, and he says, yeah, I've been doing this for some time and this and that. I said, well, do you have a business card? He's like, no, I don't. I'm all out of them right now. He said, but I could take care of that tree for you, no problem. And I said, well, what's the price? He's like, well, and this is, I'm going to cut you a break. I'm going to be reasonable with you. It's a big tree. How's $12,000 sound?
So hold on. So Carlos, based on what you're hearing, you're telling that guy to buzz off, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's the difference when you call us and the office manager answers the phone. We send you our insurance. We send you material about our company. We send a salesman out in a wrapped vehicle. We've sent you a copy of our insurance. We come out. We go over a nice pamphlet with you that explains the equipment we're going to have on your job site. We have a driveway waiver that covers both parties. You know, there's so much attached to our price that's good what Brian's saying. What was attached to this guy's price? He didn't even have a logo on his truck. So where's your value? In $12,000? I don't know, maybe it was good, bad, or indifferent, but you gotta have, it's any product or service.
That's right.
You want a 4-door car? Guess what? Go buy a Kia for $10,000, $12,000, or go buy a Mercedes for $70,000 or $80,000.
But Carlos, he's got to walk away. But you got a consumer has to walk away from that deal, brother, right? Come on.
Yes.
I mean, buyer beware, and you get what you pay for.
Right. So, Brian, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook you up with the man, and have Carlos's people check you out, because you're my eye. You had me. I had an epiphany yesterday, and I had to hook up my man Carlos, because he's the best I've ever seen, and I trust him. He's part of my family, and he does great stuff. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right,
Definitely
man.
appreciate
I'll
it.
hook you up. All right. Thanks, Carlos. You're my man, brother.
Hey, Marty.
Yo.
Let me say one more thing. When we go out, or I go out and give an estimate, and people are gathering other prices, I always say to them, turn the estimates over face down. Don't look at the price. Go with the company you feel like is going to do the best job, because that's really what you should be looking for. And usually we are that company, and people say, yeah, you might have been a little higher, but I'm comfortable that the job's going to get done right with no incident or accident, and that's what I want to spend my money on.
Thanks, my man.
Indeed.
Carlos, my brother, thanks. Brian, we'll be hooking up with you, man, all right?
All right. Thank you, Marty.
Thanks, Carlos, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Carlos. So long.
He does it right. That's all I'm saying. He does it right. And what happened to Brian, by the way, happens all the time with roofers, with cement contractors, with what he was saying about the home remodeling is spot on. It's just, you got to do it, or you can get screwed. And then once that happens, there's no recourse. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, Powell Bob Bowser, Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. We have an accident as you're trying to come out of Mount Lebanon on Washington Road near the intersection with Vernon Drive. That's not far from where the intersection with Cochran Road kind of wise off to the left there, and we're seeing especially heavy traffic on the inbound ride on Washington Road, so do watch out for the crews who are assisting with that right now. Parkway West on the inbound commute is certainly heavy for you still. I'm backing on the front side of Green Tree Hill right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound toward the airport, not too tough for you at this point. If you need to head out toward Pittsburgh International, outbound Parkway East, very congested between the Forbes Avenue off-ramp and the Bates Street on-ramp before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. And the inbound ride on 376 has slowdowns at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The Shindig Charity Music Festival, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at Union Brothers Brewing in Harmony. 18 bands over 3 days.
Proceeds benefit local first responders and Northwood Charitable Foundation. Car show Friday night, craft and vendor show Saturday, first responder demonstration Sunday.
Single day tickets, weekender tickets, and weekender tickets for Keg and Eggs starting at 9:30 a.m.
Surprise guests, amazing raffle prizes, great food and brews. Bring your own lawn chair and a non-perishable food item donation.
Tickets also available at the door. Get your details at theshindigmusicfestival.com.
Hey, folks, I had the Coit folks at my house a week ago. Crushed it. I mean, crushed it. We had stains on the carpet from the damn dog. That's her actual name. And the Coit guys got it out. Unbelievable work. So, July savings right now, 50% off drapery cleaning, 40% off all other Coit cleaning services. Coit's full-time service drapery cleaning is unmatched, including takedown, cleaning, and rehanging your drapes. Call Coit today, 1-800-FOR-COIT, 1-800-FOR-COIT. Incredible specials. Save 50% off drapery cleaning, 40% off all other services. I'm telling you, folks, they rock. 1-800-FOR-COIT.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-408-4040. That's 800-408-4040. 800-408-4040.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking. Early bird special, $49.99. Seminars Wednesday, July 23rd, Hilton Garden Inn, Pittsburgh, Cranberry and Cranberry Township, or Thursday, July 24th, Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh, West and Green Tree. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar at 8 p.m.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
PA's #1 volume Kia dealer steps it up with great July deals that are for the people. 25 Kia Sportage LX or 25 Kia Seltos LX. Take your pick. Shorkey Kia has them for just $199 per month for 24 months with $29.99 due at signing. All with 2 years of prepaid maintenance, that incredible warranty, and $500 more for your trade. Locations in North Huntingdon and Wexford. ShorkeyKia.com. Call 1-855-410-4037 for complete details on all offers and terms.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The tree thing is kind of the same thing we're talking about with the construction stuff. Once this happens, you're screwed. I am right now dealing with this sweet, sweet woman who got horrible estimates from horrible contractors on... The poor thing has a swimming pool at her house, a little baby pool, catching water from the massive hole in her roof. So I'm trying to get some fellas together to fix her roof. And what happens is people get worked up, and why wouldn't you? And then they take someone off the street because they don't know anyone. And then they write a check, and either they don't do the work and they just leave, or they do bad work, and then you're screwed. Thankfully, my man called, and I don't know, like Carlos said, which is why he's so good, there are $15,000 tree jobs. There are $50,000 tree jobs, but there are also $1,200 tree jobs. But, and look, I know there are guys that pull up in trucks that probably do good work, and I get all that. But at the end of the day, some guy pulls up in your truck, he has no card, he has no contract, he has no... And he wants you to give him $12,000 for a tree. You just, if you do that, then that's on you, man. And all I'm saying is I always ask people, just go to a pro, check out some references. I see this all the time. It's really, really bad with contractors. Well, you heard our guy. These guys own their own company. And if you heard Steve yesterday, his own mother got ripped off by $60,000 from a contractor, his own mother. And once that money's gone, it's gone. But tree work, it's really dangerous and it can be very expensive. Go ahead, Chris. Chris called from Butler, and can you hear me? Chris. Probably up in a tree. Call back, Chris. I owe you a call. I don't know what happened to Chris. So, before I lose my train of thought on this, all I'm telling you is, folks, most people aren't out there to rip you off. That's not the issue, but Carlos kind of laid it out. If they come to your house and they get hurt, and they have no insurance, and they're not bonded, and they're not trained, it's on you, man. It's on you. And in particular, after this massive storm we had about a month and a half ago, Carlos is up to his ears in tree jumps. And I'm not suggesting that all the other guys are bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying make sure you have a professional come to your house. Excuse me. And don't always go for the cheapest deal. Okay? Okay? All right, folks. At the top of the hour, I got to get into this. Southside thing. Bob Charlin seems like a nice kid, and I put kid in quotes. But this whole notion that one bar is to blame for the mayhem on the South Side is crap, number one. Number two, this whole notion that bar owners are going to volunteer to close early. Ha! 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 Number three, that they have a plan for this weekend. Not true. None. They might throw a couple extra cops in it. They're afraid to put the horses out, which, by the way, I get, because horses can be disruptive and people get scared, but they're very effective. And number three, this massive plan they have going does not exist. You're gonna hear from a guy that has a dentist's office down there in the Strip. You got to hear this stuff coming up. You got to hear it.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk station in the country. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
A fire, it can change everything in seconds. But Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh is ready 24/7 to help restore what matters most. From smoke damage to full rebuilds, their experts are trained, trusted, and ready to work with your insurance. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van and get back to normal faster.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub, whoo, the hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got the Lot, Carnivores, the Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest, we're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 81 at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Sunday is the one-year anniversary of the Trump assassination attempt in Butler County. What has been learned since? The political analyst Lenny McAllister was Larry Richards' guest on the Big K Morning Show.
I don't know if we've learned much, Larry. I think, if anything, we have learned that when we remain as divided as we are, it is very easy for communication breakdowns. And because there are still people with malicious intent in this world, they still look to take advantage of those breakdowns. And sometimes it's done in the most heinous of ways. And that's what we experienced a year ago.
6 Secret Service agents on duty are facing disciplinary action, including suspensions ranging from 10 to 42 days. Is Mayor Ed Gainey contemplating a write-in campaign for re-election in November? News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Gainey supporters recently called for a write-in campaign during a meeting at the Tripoli Street Community Center. The incumbent mayor lost the Democratic primary election to Corey O'Connor 53 to 47%. The margin of victory was about 3,400 votes. Write-in candidates face significant challenges. For example, Gainey's name won't appear on the November ballot. Getting his write-in message across will require extra campaign effort, and campaign finance laws still apply, including filing reports if he spends or receives over $250. The last time a Democrat lost the primary and won in the general election was DA Stephen Zappala. As a write-in Republican candidate, Zappala won the general election. A message from Mayor Gainey says he is deeply humbled by the movement calling for a write-in campaign, but he has no intention of running for mayor in November. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A startling revelation today from Senator John Fetterman's wife. Giselle Fetterman told KDKA's Larry Richards she receives death threats on a regular basis.
I hate politics. I'm not a politician. I didn't choose this role for myself.
You're saying death threats?
Regularly.
To you?
Oh, yes.
Why?
For years. For existing, for being the spouse of a senator, for you name it.
Giselle has a new book about her experience as the state's former second lady and now in national politics. Radical Tenderness, The Value of Vulnerability in an Often Unkind World, explores how, despite societal pressure to appear tough, embracing vulnerability can lead to greater resilience and connection. In response to disruptive and violent closing time crowds, Pittsburgh Public Safety is working with businesses in the East Carson Street Entertainment Zone that close after 2 a.m. to do that earlier. At the same time, the city is identifying businesses serving alcohol to underage customers and will work with the district attorney's office to have them classified nuisance bars. City Council member Bob Sharlin talked with KDKA TV.
Being out on the street, seeing it firsthand, there is one bar that is in an entirely different strata in what it does to affect the district.
Capos was designated as disruptive by the city last week and appears to be headed for closure. City leaders are also considering closing East Carson Street if crowds persist after 2 a.m. On Wall Street, the Dow down 324 points at 44,318. The Nasdaq down 9. The S&P is down 22. KDKA Sports, the Bucks and Twins meet for the first time this season tonight. Paul Skeen starts for the Pirates. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. And by Supplemental Medicare Solutions from Need Part C. Medicare can be confusing and doesn't have to be. Visit needpartc.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Time to call ABC Transit at 724-831-8500. Hiring for CDL and van drivers with bonuses paid. It's 81. Cloudy skies in Pittsburgh with the AccuWeather forecast next.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information. Free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, times of sun and clouds. It'll be warm and humid with a thunderstorm in the area. High 86, partly cloudy, warm but humid tonight, though 70. For tomorrow, more sun than clouds, hot and humid, the high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Give your liver the support it needs with Active Liver. Go to NORDICUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New you, new Nordic.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
South Side. Bob Charlin's a nice kid, and I underline the word kid. Bob Charlin thinks that, because I heard his interview with Larry, and he's a good guy. He cares about the South Side, but this notion that you're going to fix the South Side by slowing down or shutting down one bar that's just not true. It's a very complex crap show. And this big plan that they're coming up with, there is no big plan. Just so everybody's on the same page. I know cops that work down there, and as far as the South Side goes, at this point, they might bring in a couple extra cops. They're really nervous about bringing in horses because they're so damn big and people get scared. And I'm just telling you. The real issue is the underage kids. Some of these bars are serving underage kids, and then thousands of underage kids are showing up down there just to party like rock stars. And then at 2:30 in the morning, the cops clear them out, and the kids throw rocks at them and fireworks, and they're so cute. The South Side has been scarred and ruined, and it's a nightmare. And someone trying to make a living down there will tell you flat out, it sucks. Good afternoon, Jack. How are you?
Hey, Marty. What's happening?
My man. Tell folks who you are.
My name's Jack. I've lived in the South Side since about 2009, so I've been there 16 years or so.
Tell them what you do for a living.
Well, I'm a pharmacist. I owned and operated some pharmacies, and then, around the area for the last 10 years or so.
What's the South Side? What's it like doing business over there?
Well, we don't have a pharmacy in South Side, but there used to be an independent pharmacy there.
Yep.
Back whenever I lived there. It's probably been closed 15 years or so now, but I can't imagine it's great.
And living and working down there is next to impossible right now in terms of running a business, is it not?
I would think it's pretty difficult at the moment. Yeah, I mean, stuff as we've talked about it in the past, stuff is closing. Stuff is, it's not exactly thriving. And to your point, I mean, closing one bar. I mean, there are bars that are the problem, but when you kill one just pops up. That's not the.
So Jack, as a guy who's known business his whole life, has opened and closed businesses. If someone came to you from the South Side Chamber and said, "Hey, my man, how about you take this spot here and put a pharmacy in here?" Would you do it?
I would never do that. No.
Why?
Well, that's a whole different conversation. Yep. That whole industry's a mess in general. But I think it would be. It's tough because now the reputation is like you said, it's scarred and it's tattered and battered. But there should be no reason why the daytime businesses there shouldn't be able to do well. I mean, it should be a safe place to go with. And in my opinion, it is during the day. It's during the night when things start to go.
But here's the problem with that, because I agree with you, Jack. But here's the problem with that. So here's your pitch to someone. Hey, man, we want you to invest $3 million into this business. It's cool during the day, but at night, you'd have a riot. They could burn it down. Someone could get shot.
It's a problem.
It is. How do you fix it? How do you fix it, Jack? How do you fix it?
That's the $1 million question, right? I mean, I don't know if it needs to be something to where they have DUI checkpoints on the way in and out.
Whoa!
After a certain hour, I really don't know because these aren't Southside residents that are causing these problems.
They are not.
These aren't Duquesne students. These aren't Pitt students. These aren't people like me that have just lived there for 15, 20 years. These are people who are driving in from outside the city, other parts of the city. They're driving in. They're getting drunked up and driving home, presumably.
By the way, to Jack's point,
that's what's happening.
This is actually a really salient point that he makes. So I have two daughters. Both of them were Pitt students. And here's what they say. Dad, we don't go down there. We won't go down there. Why would you send... Jack, would you send your daughters down there at night?
Right now, I'd certainly be a lot more apprehensive than I would have been 5-6 years ago.
Right on.
Yeah.
Kind of refresh the memory of our listeners the last time we had you on. What were we talking about?
Well, we had an incident with a homeless person trying to bash my door in with my mailbox.
Right.
So no incidents like that since then, thankfully. But
hold on.
And
just so people
luckily
understand,
I was out of town for the.
This is the last time I talked to him. This is the last time I talked to my man Jack. We had this video, which is crazy, from his ring cam. We had this homeless woman. I don't know whether she's high or mentally ill. My man, did she rip your mailbox off the wall and bang it?
Yeah, it was bolted into the wall. Yeah, she ripped it off and was using it like a sledgehammer against my door. Yeah.
and then she moved on down the street and continued to do it, right?
Yeah. She wasn't bashing in any, but she was trying. She probably tried 15, 20 doorknobs on my pursuit of her while I was waiting for the police to come stop her. So she had no idea I was behind her, but I just followed her around for probably 15, 20 minutes, and she probably tried to get into another 15 houses or so. Luckily, they were all locked, but yeah.
Are you going to move, man, or are you going to hang?
I have no idea. I have this internal conversation with myself, but the problem is what are you going to sell your house for? If I'm moving, who's moving in?
Yeah.
So the problem is these people who are coming in from other parts of the city, they're now wrecking property values.
He's right.
Because if I want to sell my house because I want to leave because I don't like it anymore, who's going to buy it? No. Who's dying to move here?
Do you go out down there at night?
Less than I used to. Occasionally, I live right around Mario, so I walk 30 feet to there. That's pretty much the only bar I frequent at this point, or that is the only bar that I go to at this point. It's 30 feet from my house. I know everybody there. The crowd there is usually pretty good.
Did they arrest that woman, Jack? What'd they do with her?
No, they told me they were going to take her somewhere and get her some help. So they were going to take her to the shelter and get her some help. So no arrests, no. They told me I could take her to small claims court for the damages to my. Yeah. I could take her to small claims court and get $1 cent a week for the rest of my life. So.
Do you ever hear the mayhem at 2 o'clock? The mad? Do you ever hear that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Again, luckily 4th of July I was out of town, so I wasn't around for that debacle. But once in a it's luckily where my bedroom is, it's back away from the street a little bit, so I don't hear it too often. But if I was in my front room, I would hear it. Yeah.
I'm looking at this streaming video right now. This woman, she's banging on your door with your mailbox. Actually, she had no shoes on. Right? She had no shoes on.
No shoes.
What was she trying to do to your door? She was like swinging the mailbox at the door.
Yeah, it's a glass door. She wasn't hitting the glass part. She was whacking the door handle. So I don't know what she was trying. I mean, she doesn't know what she was trying to do.
No, you're right, man.
So, yeah.
All right, man. Hang in there, man. I thank you for the truth.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you need anything else, you let me know, Marty.
All right, my man.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, really, the videos tells it all. She ripped his mailbox off the wall and started smashing his door with it. Life on the South Side.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your Lowe's weekend weather update. Pittsburgh will be quite warm and humid Saturday with sunshine, some clouds, and a high in the upper 80s. Sunday will be warm and humid with clouds and a couple of thunderstorms and a high in the mid-80s. Member Week is here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Join for free today and get ready to save more. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms, subject to change.
Here's Comedians and Sketchers Getting Comfortable, presented by Hands-Free Skechers Slip-Ins.
Hey, I'm Bobby Slayton, and I'm here with my pal, comedian, and Skechers ambassador, Mr. Howie Mandel.
Why did it take so long to invent something as amazing as Slip-Ins? I know it seems simple, but it took Skechers to invent a better pair of shoes.
Yep, with Skechers Slip-Ins, you just step it and go. You don't have to touch your shoes. And by the way, Slip-Ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids. In all your favorite Skechers styles, find Skechers Slip-Ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Get Marty, brought to you by Perry Calder Law. When it matters most, contact Perry Calder Law.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the Education Director of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Tim Neff.
Army Private First Class Lawrence Gherkin of Allegheny County was awarded the Silver Star Medal for gallantry in action in the Republic of Vietnam on the 27th of April, 1967. Private Gherkin was providing security for the battalion's fire support base. Prior to dusk, the post came under intense enemy fire. Private Gherkin charged directly toward the enemy positions, deliberately exposing himself to fire in order to aid his comrades. Upon reaching the wounded men, he applied first aid and attempted to get his comrades back to safety when he noticed that his sergeant was pinned down by enemy fire. Leaving the men momentarily, he fired protective fire, enabling the men to maneuver to safety. Then, with cover fire provided by his sergeant, he retrieved the wounded men.
For the perfect wedding up to 300, the magnificent ballroom and balcony is a truly unique setting to begin your new life together. For information, visit soldiersandsailorshall.org.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
Hey folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hills Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
Pittsburgh. Are you ready to relive the magic? Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen, is taking the stage at Rivers Casino on Friday, September 19th. Experience the look, the power, and all the legendary hits all in one place. From Bohemian Rhapsody to Another One Bites the Dust, you'll be dancing all night long. Visit riverscasino.com for tickets. And don't miss Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen live. We'll see you there.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
Teamsters Local 926 proudly stands with the hardworking men and women who keep America moving. From the job sites to the highways, we honor the spirit of independence, power of unity, and the right to organize. This is Dino Tormino on behalf of Teamsters Local 926. We salute every worker fighting for fair wages, dignity, and the American dream. Teamsters Local 926, strong, united, and proud to support this great country. Have a great and safe summer from your brothers and sisters at Teamsters Local 926.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Navy veteran Jason Stuckey took a leap into owning a pottery painting franchise. Now, a few years later, he has 2 locations and revenue continues to grow. And he shares some encouragement for any veteran considering the leap into business ownership.
It is scary at first, I'm not gonna lie. Like there is that after you buy it and you're in it, that first few months you're a little scared, but once you get your feet under you and you start going, it's just like any other job. The difference is your success depends solely on you. Your success and what's going to happen is not controlled by the people who work above you. Take a chance. Look around. There's a lot of opportunity out there for those who are looking.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, why doesn't Mount Lebanon have 5,000 half-hammered teens in the streets at 2 o'clock in the morning? Huh? Really? Why doesn't Fox Chapel? Huh? Why doesn't Sewickley have 10,000 half-hammered teens in the middle of their downtown? Huh? How about Bakery Square? Why don't they have 5,000 half-hammered teens in the middle of the street, 1 o'clock in the morning? Huh? How about Groovy Side, where I grew up, Shady Side, Walnut Street? Huh? When's the last time you were in Walnut Street? My spot, Girasoli. Fantastic restaurant. When's the last time they had half-hammered teens in the middle of the street? I would say 79, when the Pirates won the World Series. And I was there. How about that? What's my... Squirrel Hill, Murray Avenue. When's the last time you saw a line of cops clearing out Murray Avenue because half-hammered teens were walking down the middle of the street? Huh? Never. Ever. Then why the hell are they in the South Side every friggin' weekend? Huh? Pretty basic question to ask, isn't it, Rich Chupka?
Yeah, you're spot on, Marty. Spot on.
Right?
Absolutely.
Why does a dog pee on fire plugs? Because he can, Rich. Huh?
Exactly.
My man.
Well,
this
never
weekend.
happened when Ricciardi was in office.
Right on. Hell yeah. My man. The bottom line is this. It happens because they let it happen.
Exactly right, Marty.
Did you hear that?
You got Bruce Cross and, prior to Bob Charlin, and all they've done
Pander.
is for
Pander.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Charlin, now he wants to blame it on one bar, Capos. Spare me. My man, if this is about one bar, this problem would have been fixed 5 years ago, would it not have, sir?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been dealing with this this kind of chaos, lawlessness for the last 5 years.
You know, I love Rich. He's actually one of my favorite people, and we've become good friends, and we rely on each other for a lot of information. And pretty much every Sunday morning, I get the same, here you go again. It's getting old, isn't it, brother?
Oh, no doubt about it. You know, if only we could spend the money on more police than plastic bag inspectors, parking enforcement people, $2 million in the mayor's budget for his staff. You know, things will change then.
As my man Patrick points out, where do you have 5,000 kids in Miller Street in Oakland? You don't. Do you, sir?
If this would have happened in 1 hour in the 14th Ward, and it would have been over.
It's ignorant. You hear the guy just had on, the woman yanked his mailbox off the wall, is beating his door with it.
Yeah, that's the first I heard of that one, Morty.
It's just ignorant. And this whole notion that we have a plan, that's a lie. I know a bunch of cops that work there this weekend. They've been told they might have a couple extra cops. That's their grand plan, Rich.
Well, we've been having grand plans for the last 5 years. Every other month. Well, we got a new plan. We have a new plan. It's like, if you ever read the play Tea House of the August Moon,
yep.
There's a plan for everything, but the results are the same.
And that's a lot of nothingness. Yep. Remember when Krause, his big deal was you weren't allowed to sit on the sidewalk in front of the restaurant. That was his big stand against injustice. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. One time he came up in front of my place and marched off 8 feet from the sidewalk.
Of course he did.
And put a spray paint and said, make sure no one goes across this line.
Of course.
Now you can't find him. You can't find him or Charlene at midnight on East Carson Street. And you can't find the police review board either. I invited them over, Beth Pittenger. I said, come on over at midnight and then discuss your opinions about use of force.
In your world, man, how do you fix this?
Well, we need more police, and you got to let the police do their jobs. You can't handcuff the police. When they're walking down there, again, M80s throw it at them, bottle rockets throw it at them. Everything's totally out of control.
Hey, don't you have an entertainment coordinator too?
Oh yeah. Well, we have Main Street managers.
Yep.
They just keep on throwing bureaucrats at us.
Idiots.
We don't need any more bureaucrats. We need more police.
The only thing they haven't done is direct the homeless folks over there. That would be their next move.
Hey, Marty, don't mention that. They might go for that.
That might be economic development, shelter construction.
6 years ago, they sent the URA lady over from the Main Street manager, URA. So I said to Skibbins.
Yep.
And we're all at the market house. It was in May. And she asked us, it was about 30 business owners, what do you guys want? We said we need more police and more public safety. And this was 6 years ago when we only had 15% vacancies on East Carson.
Wow.
Now we're up to 35. But you know what her answer was to us when we asked for more police and public safety? Well, let's build a database of all the vacant properties. Yeah.
Data, brother. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you Sunday.
All right, Marty.
Later, brother. Love that, man.
My name is William Yank. I'm a 23-year-old, 3-time leukemia survivor. One evening, my roommate was trying to talk to me, and I responded to him in a delirium of mess and confusion, and he said, we're going to the ER immediately. And came back with leukemia. They started me on chemos, they started me on a bunch of antibiotics, but the chemo wasn't exactly working. So my oncologist decided that he wanted to try me with CAR T-cell therapy. And it worked. Leukemia Lifts Homeless Society was this unforeseen blessing for me because I wouldn't have been able to get CAR T-cell therapy. We are about 9 months post-transplant and feeling very healthy, strong, and I live.
To give or get help, visit LLS.org.
There was this one time I went snorkeling in the Caribbean when I was a kid. It really just blew my mind. We saw the most beautiful corals. I remember thinking they were waving at us as they moved with the ocean. And then there were all these amazing fish. I'll never forget it. It completely changed the way I look at the ocean.
Most of us have a memory of being in nature we'll never forget. Let's protect the world's natural places so more memories can be made for generations to come. Visit worldwildlife.org.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 82 degrees in Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. President Trump will be in Pittsburgh Tuesday for an AI conference at CMU. Political analyst Lenny McAllister says he would not be surprised if while here the president decides to go north to Butler, the scene of the tragic day 1 year ago where he was shot by a would-be assassin.
I mean, there's a lot of supporters up there. Mike Kelly, that's his congressional district. Dave McCormick's coming with him to CMU. One of his favorite journalists, Alita Cito, is a native Pittsburgher. She still lives here. There's a lot of Pittsburgh ties with this Trump administration and with Donald Trump particularly. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw that again, especially with the amount of supporters that exist in Butler County for this president.
In past visits, Trump thanked the staff of Butler Memorial Hospital Emergency Department for their care that he received there. The Westmoreland County Commissioners say long abrasive political speeches at the board's public meetings have gotten out of control. That's why a new digital clock was installed this week to help enforce the 3-minute period allowed for comments. A report in today's Trib says those disregard calls to end their talk could be physically removed by security. So far, it appears to be working. None of Thursday's speakers went beyond their allotted time. Giselle Fetterman is opening up about being the wife of a high-profile politician in a new book. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
Pennsylvania's former second lady shares in the book how she dealt with her husband's clinical depression after his election to the U.S. Senate. On the Big K Morning Show, Giselle described the moment John checked in for treatment as a celebratory day.
I remember I brought the kids and I said, guys, I have to share some amazing news. And they thought we were going to go to Disney or something. And instead I said, oh, Dad just checked himself in. And they were like, is this amazing news? And I said, yes, because, getting help is really brave and we're really happy for him.
Giselle Fetterman's book is titled Radical Tenderness, The Value of Vulnerability in an Often Unkind World. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 328 points, the NASDAQ down 5, the S&P 500 is down 20 points. KDK Radio News Time, 12:32, our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, in the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-355-8282. That's 800-355-8282. Again, that's 800-355-8282.
PA's #1 volume Kia dealer steps it up with great July deals that are for the people. 25 Kia Sportage LX or 25 Kia Seltos LX. Take your pick. Shorkey Kia has them for just $199 per month for 24 months with $29.99 due at signing. All with 2 years of prepaid maintenance, that incredible warranty, and $500 more for your trade. Locations in North Huntington and Wexford, ShorkeyKia.com. Call 1-855 855-410-4037 for complete details on all offers and terms.
Grab the girls and raise a glass or a whole mimosa flight. Burned by Rocky Patel is turning brunch all the way up with mimosas after morning, happening Saturday, July 20th from noon to 3 p.m. on the North Shore. Think bubbly mimosas, a featured cigar, custom brunch bites, a live DJ, photo booth fun, and 20% off RP cigars and Java sticks. Tickets are $35 in-house or $45 on Eventbrite, and they're going fast. Lock it in at PGH reservation at burnedbyrockypatel.com. This isn't your average brunch. It's Burn.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband, and he lost weight, and his cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend lost 20 pounds her first 2 months.
Oh my, what are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking. Early bird special, only $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. That's right. Seminars Wednesday, July 23rd at the Hilton Garden in Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. And Thursday, July 24th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Pittsburgh, West and Green Tree. Weight loss seminar, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking seminar, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Warm and humid this afternoon with intervals of clouds and sunshine. Also a thunderstorm in places. The high 86. Clear to partly cloudy and muggy tonight, though 70. Tomorrow, sunshine, a few clouds, hot and humid, high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Here we go. We've made it to the end of the week. It's a Friday. Lots going on in town. Going to be a big one. Big weekend. We send you off into the weekend with this Friday show. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, right here, KDKA.
One of my close friends is in cancer treatment, and it's serious cancer, and part of his chemo and radiation. And one of the things that happened to him, which happened to me and happened to a lot of folks I know in cancer treatment, including my sister, is they get tingling, numbness in their feet. And it's very, 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 very common. And it's why I always ask, and I've given all their information to call my guest here this morning, and that would be Jess. Dr. Jess, how are you?
I'm good, Marty. How are you?
It's actually fascinating because I didn't know any of this until I had neuropathy from the chemo, that it's actually insanely common with chemotherapy and as a byproduct of this sort of treatment for folks to get this numbness in their feet and the tingling, right?
It is. It's very common. And a large portion of our patients come in because they have neuropathy, whether it be diabetic-induced neuropathy, chemotherapy or radiation-induced neuropathy. There's even something called idiopathic neuropathy where they don't actually know what the cause is, and some people can spontaneously develop it.
Oh. So mine came from the chemo. It's actually very strange because I fell a couple times because you can't feel your feet. In fact, I've talked to Jess about this. My father-in-law, last time he came in the house, he came from the airport. He had a rental car, and my man pulled me aside. He didn't want me to tell anyone, which is kind of ignorant, but so what? He said he couldn't feel his feet on the gas pedal or on the brake, which, Jess, is dangerous as hell, is it not?
It is, and we actually have patients that come in specifically to tell us that, too. We actually had a patient who came in with neuropathy similar to your father-in-law, and he was actually in a car accident. It was very minor, thankfully, but it was because he couldn't feel his feet pressing on the gas pedal versus the brake pedal.
Oh. And by the way, this is Dr. Jess with Physical, and 412-457-8200. They're fantastic. So what happens is you get this, and as a man, and men are more apt to do this than women because women are smarter and more practical, men will hide it and ignore it, will they not, my friend?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, Marty, but I will say that it is more common for sure. Whenever we have a female patient, they will come in right when the signs start. And then typically with our male patients, they will have had neuropathy for a very long time, and to the point where they may no longer have feeling in their feet, or it's almost to that point, and we're able to help reverse that.
Hey, people don't believe me. It's actually funny. It's not funny. It's actually kind of how men are. I sat with one of my boys this week who has neuropathy and said, no, they can't fix that. That's not true, is it, Jess?
That's not true at all. So there's actually a article that was just released that shows that the device that we use here specifically at Monroeville Physical that helps to reverse neuropathy. We help to improve the sensation in our patients' feet, and we are able to reverse those effects. And it surprises every single person that we do it with. I will be honest. We have some people where the process is a little bit slower. Someone's a little bit faster. It just depends on the type of neuropathy you have and what caused it and how long it's been going on. But I will say 99% of our patients will get off of the device the first time they use it and said, that's insane. Whoa. Like, my feet don't burn. I'm able to sleep through the night now, even after one visit.
Hey, Jess, tell us what's different about what you do, because everybody else says to me, no. Everybody does the same thing. Tell them what's different, what you do there.
So we use a very specific device here, as well as having all highly trained clinicians. All of our clinicians are doctors in physical therapy, meaning that we spent several years getting trained in order to do this as well. So we all have very highly educated clinicians that work at our clinic here in Monroeville, and we use very specific technologies as well. I've had patients who've tried to use a TENS unit before. They've tried acupuncture. They've tried going several places to clinics that offer this specifically and for treatment of neuropathy, actually, not the device that we use, and even laser therapy as well. And all of them claim that they have not been able to get any relief through the use of these devices. So our device is relatively new and upcoming, and it's very, very successful. So we have the direct one-on-one patient-therapist care, and we listen to our patients and see what's going on with them, see what their goals are, and we're able to help reverse this neuropathy.
All right, throw a number at me. It doesn't have to be exact, but kind of a rough number, and the number of people you have success with, percentage-wise, Jess.
I would say between 95 to 99% success rate with our neuropathy patients.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, even if it's a minimal change versus, significant change. Like I said, we have some people who feel a difference after one visit. They can sleep through the night. They no longer have burning or cramping. They're able to feel things whenever they weren't able to before. Or we have some people where it takes, several visits. However, we always encourage people too. So even small progress is progress. So if you come in and you have complete numbness in your feet and you can't feel anything, and in 2 weeks you're able to feel a little bit of light pressure, that's still a significant improvement. So I will say we do have improvement in most of our patients.
Hey, Jess, so the window of time, people see change in as little as 2 weeks?
It averages about 2 weeks to see the difference. However, like I said, there are some people that notice a difference after one session. Then there might be people who notice a difference after 4 to 8 sessions. So everybody, unfortunately, is different. So we've seen a wide variety and wide range.
They have an amazing studio. It's behind the Monroeville Mall. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200. Jess, thank you. You've helped so many people. Give us a recent story of like a breakthrough where someone was kind of blown away by the significant change.
One of our patients actually came in because he also had neuropathy. He actually had stopped traveling with his wife and with his family because he couldn't do the walking. So he stopped traveling. He was feeling discouraged. He didn't know what to do. And he heard about us through a friend, and they said, hey, I know this great clinic where they're helping people with this problem. So he's been in, I will say, maybe 4 8 visits probably less than that, but he is using our specific neuropathy treatment. And he said that he felt a difference after only one visit. And now we're encouraging him to do more challenging things. He now is, deciding to plan to go on hunting trips with his son again. And he's considering going on more vacations as well. I mean, who doesn't need convinced to go on vacation?
Jess, that's cool. And it's rewarding as hell. And I love the fact that you make a difference. That's why we're friends. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Marty. Have a great day. And if anybody missed him, given our phone number, it's 412-457-8200.
She's amazing, and they're amazing. It worked for me, folks. Check it out.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
So life is interesting. You get in your 60s and you get kids, your kids get older, and you start thinking about retirement, and then you think about planning your life. And I mean financially planning your life. So we end up in the office of my good friend Julian Gray. When I first met him, he took care of my parents' estate. It's funny how life comes full circle as we age. We need the same things our parents did. So I sat down with Julian and my wife Christine, and he's putting together an estate plan for us. If I get sick, if I need long-term care, if I pass, if something happens to her, how do we protect our assets? How do we pay for long-term care? This is what they do so well at grayelderlaw.com. The focus is you. The focus is your family. The focus is protecting you and your assets and making sure everybody's pleased with it. Julian Gray, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. Amazing, amazing place. Man, I love this. It's Marty. Good paying jobs, not just any jobs, jobs that can support your family, great benefits, opportunities for advancement. This is the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, representing construction workers and public sector employees, over 500,000 strong. I love them. Phil Amaris leads this great union. He's one of my boys. He's one of my favorite people on earth. I'm serious. Pennsylvania Laborers District Council. Check them out. laborpa.org. They're powerful. I'm telling you, I love them.
Hi, it's Brian Quaranta, host of On the Money, every Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Retirement planning doesn't have to be stressful. Each week on our radio show, On the Money, I'll guide you through topics like building retirement income plan, minimizing taxes, and protecting your hard-earned savings. Join me this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Let's make your retirement plan as simple and stress-free as possible. That's On the Money, where retirement planning meets peace of mind.
Celebrate National Carpet Cleaning Month with Zero Res and purchase 3 rooms of carpet cleaned. Get 1 free plus $50 off air duct services. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and take advantage of the savings.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we are here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
PA's #1 volume Kia dealer steps it up with great July deals that are for the people. 25 Kia Sportage LX or 25 Kia Seltos LX. Take your pick. Shorkey Kia has them for just $199 per month for 24 months with $29.99 due at signing. All with 2 years of prepaid maintenance, that incredible warranty, and $500 more for your trade. Locations in North Huntingdon and Wexford. ShorkeyKia.com. Call 1-855-410-4037 877 for complete details on all offers and terms.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. It's day 4 and the final day of Amazon's Prime Summer Sale, which was extended from 2 days last year. And while we won't get full results until the weekend, there are signs consumers are being frugal. Data research company Numerator says 57% of shoppers compared prices before making a purchase, with Walmart and Target among the top alternate destinations. And more than 2/3 of the items purchased in the first days of the event cost $20 or less. Tesla is plotting an expansion, planning to bring its driverless taxis to California and Arizona. CEO Elon Musk predicting on his social media platform X that Tesla's robo-taxis could launch in the San Francisco Bay Area in about a month or two. The company is also planning to broaden its service area in Austin this weekend. And AI is leading to lost jobs at 2 companies that help people find jobs. Indeed and Glassdoor are cutting roughly 1,300 jobs as part of a move to combine operations and shift more focus to AI. Kimberly Adams, Bloomberg Radio.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Sent me a note about the South Side. I'm going to read this. It's actually spot on. My husband, who's in public safety, was a part of the South Side Task Force. They went into bars and cited owners for overcapacities 20 years ago. At the same time, they had the LCB checking underage, which is smart, right? All this stuff. It started to get under control. There was a cry from some organizations, cries of racism. Wow. And that made people afraid to continue the program or restart it. The same thing's happening now. Right now. Fine. Ignore it. It won't end. It has nothing to do with race. It's about punks being punks. And no leadership and no plan. The cops want to do it. It's awful. Just look at the video. Awful. Good, Rick. Thanks for holding, man.
Hey, years ago, probably 20 years ago, maybe a little more, the Strip District used to have a lot of nightclubs, and then it never got as bad as Carson Street is now, but those nightclubs down the Strip all just closed because of it.
It's true.
So, I don't know. I don't think there's anything you can really do, to be honest.
Hold on. Let's back up on what he said. It's so poignant. It's actually fascinating how this kind of crap evolves. They had the same damn issue in the Strip, Rick. Did they not?
That's right. There was the Boardwalk, and then all different clubs throughout the Strip.
Donzi's.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And what I see happen in towns, I saw this in Dallas and L.A. because I worked in both. It seems like it's like a rash that moves around your body. This rash moves around to different parts of town, does it not?
That's right. You know what they end up doing with the Boardwalk, Donzi's and that, they floated it down the river. The problem with Carson Street is you can't flood Carson Street down the river.
They did.
They did.
They did. Do you remember this? They floated friggin' Don's. It's so... That place got a little sketch, though, didn't it? You remember when it got sketchy?
Oh, we were like in our 20s. It got big sketch.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in your 20s and it's sketch, you know it's sketch.
It got grimy, man.
Thanks, Marty.
All right, man. You know what? I'm glad he called. He's right. There are always nuisance bars because they're always nuisance idiots. They're always sketch bar owners that will kind of... Pitt had the place. They shut it down like 15 times. Nothing about race, just idiot college kids drinking underage. What's the name of the pit place? My daughter would know. It's closed. They've closed it at least 15 times. That crap bar in Oakland. All they ever did there was serve underage people. They would charge the kids like $20, and they were all underage. And LCB would go in there, and Pittsburgh would go in there. So it wasn't about race. It was about stupid, idiotic, drunk, white college kids and the owners of the establishment trying to make money. And they would keep blowing off the laws and skirt the laws until, did you find the name?
The Panther Pit.
Yes. Oh, my man.
Last time it was ordered to close for at least a year.
My man, but it's been closed a dozen times at least. At least. Hopefully it's closed for good this time. But every single town has the grime. And to my man's point, there was that creepy, nasty, gnarly, grimy, scummy thing that kind of happened in the Strip. It ain't there now. You know why? Because the players came in and they spent billions. They said, this ain't happening. East Liberty was grimy, man. Bakery Square ungrimed it. Bakery Square, they spent about $7 billion in East Liberty, then extended into Bakery Square, and Bakery Square's about to do another $500 million. It ain't grimy no more. Why? Organization, development, security, law and order, period, rules. Break the rules, you go. White, black, green, yellow, short, tall, we don't care. Then you attract the right businesses. You don't allow the grimy restaurants. There are no grimy restaurants. You don't allow the sleaze bars with kind of sketch clientele and sketch owners. You don't. It's like, man, I saw there was a DQ in near our house in kind of sort of in the outlying areas of the Dormont area. Well, they shut it down, and now there's a vape shop in there. Well, vape shops attract grimy people. I'm not saying they're bad. The vape shops are all bad. But you get rid of a DQ, and the owner wants, oh, I got to get something in here. Then all of a sudden you got a vape shop, and then, oh, you got all the derelicts. Dude. It takes planning and leadership and patience and law and order. I got so many cops who have texted me and said, I'll fix this. I'll fix Southside. Take me a month. One cop, big shot too, who has a big job, said, I'll fix it in 2 weekends. They won't let them. So concerning this weekend, the cops told me about this big Pittsburgh plan. There is none. They're real nervous about using horses. They might have a couple extra cops, but that's the plan. Quite a plan, huh? Good luck with that.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, are you turning 65 and exploring Medicare options? With over 50 Medicare plans available to you, it can be overwhelming. MediConnect is here to help. They want you to understand your options so you can choose the best plan for yourself. It's Medicare made simple with one call. Connect with MediConnect at no cost. Their top-rated experts are coming to your neighborhood with their new to Medicare seminar. You don't want to miss this. Call 888-818-6334 or visit MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the seminar tab. Hey, folks, Marty here. When you need work done in your home, the biggest investment in your life, who can you trust to deliver both quality and value? Come on. Call the cousins, Sam, Steve, and Calvin, the three cousins of CNS Cousins Construction. Experts, top of your house to decking and siding. Their expert technicians will treat you like family. If you're looking for a total replacement or even a small repair, call the cousins at CNS Cousins Construction. 989-COUSINS, a local company you can trust. 989-COUSINS, the best.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM. Visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Hi, I'm your kid's old jeans. I've been in the drawer for a while and really missed the playground. You should swing by Goodwill and drop me off. Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. Plus, I could get back into the game. Donate today. Tag, you're it.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 85 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. SWAT officers were called to a home in Avalon last night. A man wanted by the sheriff's office allegedly threatened to burn the house down and get into a shootout with police. The standoff unfolded after 5 o'clock in the 200 block of Harrison Avenue. After negotiations, the man surrendered without incident. No word on why the man was wanted. Is Mayor Ed Gainey contemplating a write-in campaign for re-election in November? News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has that story.
Gainey supporters recently called for a write-in campaign during a meeting at the Tripoli Street Community Center. The incumbent mayor lost the Democratic primary election to Corey O'Connor 53 to 47%. The margin of victory was about 3,400 votes. Write-in candidates face significant challenges. For example, Gainey's name won't appear on the November ballot. Getting his write-in message across will require extra campaign effort, and campaign finance laws still apply, including filing reports if he spends or receives over $250. The last time a Democrat lost the primary and won in the general election was D.A. Stephen Zappala. As a write-in Republican candidate, Zappala won the general election. A message from Mayor Gainey says he is deeply humbled by the movement calling for a write-in campaign, but he has no intention of running for mayor in November. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
This Sunday will mark the one-year anniversary of Corey Comptoir being shot and killed after a gunman opened fire at now President Donald Trump's rally in Butler in 2024. Tomorrow, people from around the country will gather at Freeport Area High School for a motorcycle ride called Corey's Cruise to help support the family. Corey's sister, Kelly Meter, talked about the ride on the Big K Morning Show.
His wife and his daughters, along with a committee, they're putting together a ride, a motorcycle cruise, and there will be a concert and all kinds of things going on. It will honor my brother.
Saturday's Memorial Ride will be 49.2 miles long and will start at Freeport Area High School. Registration will start at 7 a.m. and run to 10:30. Kickstands will go up at 11 a.m. Time Magazine's annual list of the 100 most influential companies features two with headquarters here in Pittsburgh, Dick's Sporting Goods and Duolingo. The magazine says Dick's is proving the sharp decline of brick-and-mortar stores is not universal. Earlier this year, the sporting good retailer announced it was buying Foot Locker for $2.4 billion. About Duolingo, Time says the company has turned an educational app into a cultural phenomenon. Duolingo more than doubled its monthly active users from 2022 to 2024. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 308 points, and NASDAQ up a point. The S&P 500 is down 16. The Pirates, after a day off yesterday, will open a three-game series in Minnesota tonight. First pitch set for 8:10. Paul Skeens on the bump for the Bucks. They've now lost 6 in a row. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Time to call Carlos, the Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you're concerned about your trees, call 412-884-TREE. Right now, it's partly sunny and 85 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When it's cancer, life gets complicated. The AHN Cancer Navigation Team guides you through. Appointments, expert specialists, emotional support, done. Because at AHN, we see you. Visit ahn.org/cancer team. When it's cancer, AHN knows. Life takes a village. Cancer takes a team. The AHN Cancer Navigation Team gets you the support you need. An expert care plan, financial guidance, emotional support. Visit ahn.org/cancer team.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds, warm and humid the rest of today with a thunderstorm in places, the high 86, then clear to partly cloudy and warm tonight, 70. Hot and humid tomorrow with more sun than clouds, high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Selling a home doesn't have to be time-consuming or stressful. It should be fair, honest, and fast. Ryan Shalaba here with the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. My team and I will buy your home with cash in its current condition and close on the day you choose. Call 412-500-9057 or visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com to get a cash offer today.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I got to play something. Paul Alexander did this piece this morning. I want to talk about this. This is actually fascinating to me. And by the way, this isn't unique to these two towns. It's just they're here. Cities that are desperate for growth are starting to pay people. Tulsa did it. Bunch of towns did it. Mixed results. They pay you to move there. Blah blah blah. You have to commit to stay there, buy a house there. Blah blah blah. So the latest that we heard, Sharon and Hermitage. Play that, Paul Alexander, please.
They will bundle the money with additional perks like YMCA memberships. Greenville, also in Mercer County, offering monetary incentives as well. State officials have a renewed sense of urgency. The Rural Population Revitalization Commission, created last year, is busy brainstorming ways to bring in and keep residents in rural areas. Several communities are collaborating with Make My Move, an online relocation marketplace, to establish incentive programs for their specific community. Many cite the lack of robust internet connectivity in growing population in rural areas. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
Got nothing to do with the internet. It's a great story, and it's so relevant. I'm so glad I heard Paulie do that. Only because we've run this course. We spent about a year, quite frankly, lobbying as high as D.C., congressmen, senators, to save the hospital in Washington, PA, because of this very dilemma. The truth of the matter is, Sharon and Hermitage, I'm not picking on them, but paying them $5,000 to move there ain't going to happen. It just, think about, have some context. And I'm going to tell you what's really going on in these small towns, and it's what happened in Washington, PA. There are some major issues that go way beyond connectivity on the internet. Although that's an issue, and if you have a startup, you have a business, and you need broadband and you can't get the internet, I ain't opening that business. I'm not doing it. Forget about whether or not your kid can play video games. If you can't get broadband, you're not doing it. You're just not. And let's say, Patrick, you have a staff, and you're a young guy, and you're like, wow, I'm going to move into Hermitage or Sharon, and you can't get broadband for your staff, and they need to be on computers. You're not moving there, would you?
Absolutely not.
No way.
But this is why some of these communities have invested in these fiber lines and and beefing that up first before they go down this road. And now with Elon Musk's Starlink, it's opening up a lot of those doors.
But the bigger issues beyond that, and I'm not diminishing the value of that. We just take it for granted because we live in big cities. However, I'm going to hit the big ones, and this is huge. Healthcare. Hello. So I called some of my insiders about Sharon and Hermitage. And I get what they're trying to do. They're paying people to move there. $5,000. Okay? Sharon's hospital was cutting unbelievable staff. And now they're bankrupt. These issues in these towns, all their good staff left and moved to Jameson. So let me help you with something. I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just being honest. And that's just issue number one. I got a family, young family. One kid. I want to have 3 more. Forget it. Let's say 2 more. I want to move to Sharon. Hey, honey, where's the hospital? I don't know. Huh? Healthcare. Look, you might be able to move, with all due respect, seniors, folks like me, to a Sharon or Hermitage, but I'm not going there because I end up at Hillman. Where's their cancer treatment? Huh? Who has the ER? Who has the best ER? Huh? Huh? Where am I having my baby? Huh? They don't have maternity wards, a lot of these. Some of them have weak emergency rooms. I'm just telling you where America's at. So I can't offer you broadband. Okay. But I can't get you good health care. And by the way, that's what's going to happen, too, with this massive concern about what happened with Trump's big, beautiful, whatever it is. There is deep concern of massive closures of hospitals in rural areas. An initial study, let me get to these numbers. An initial study showed that just in Tennessee, 30 to 40 hospitals will close. Okay, that's Mike Kelly's district's going to probably lose 1 or 2 hospitals. He's up north in Butler. I mean, we had him on the other day, and he kind of sort of said, yeah, he has deep concern about this. Mike Johnson's district, Louisiana, 33 hospitals could close. 11 in his district. So what am I trying to say? These are all rural areas where they want you to move. They're going to pay you $5,000, but your hospital's closing. I'm just keeping it real here. This is the reality of the scenario. So they set up this $50 billion fund. It's laughable. That saves you, what, 10 hospitals? Maybe 15. They're talking about 33 hospitals in Louisiana alone. They're talking about 2 in Mike Kelly's district up north, Butler. And I love Kelly. You know that. He's one of my people. So you can pay him all you want. $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. I don't care. What's that going to do? Pay for my life flight to Pittsburgh. I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just keeping it real. We did a lot of heavy lifting to help save the hospital, in the Jameson Hospital. We just did. Ask them. And we had to beg, borrow, and steal all the way into Congress, into senators' offices, and the governor. It's desperate. So you have all these, the perfect storm. And let me raise another issue. This is a fact. Find a daycare. Huh? So one of my boys, Sharon, closed January 6th, Regional Medical Center. Thanks, Patrick. Reopened in March. Still in danger. So here we are, man. Healthcare. Bad. 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 Daycare. One of my boys sent me this note this morning. I got to get to it. He's a daycare insider. Okay? Burns and Scalo, fantastic local team, really cool guys, do beautiful work. They have insanely good developments. Beautiful stuff. They're highly regarded and actually pretty cool guys. Very generous, great families, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Right now, you know what their big concern is? They can't fill their developments because they don't have daycare. Childcare. Huh? No, this is where we're at. So play that piece again, please. The Paul Alexander piece that kind of got my interest this morning, please. Thanks, Zoe.
They will bundle the money with additional perks like YMCA memberships. Greenville, also in Mercer County, offering monetary incentives as well. State officials have a renewed sense of urgency. The Rural Population Revitalization Commission, created last year, is busy brainstorming ways to bring in and keep residents in rural areas. Several communities are collaborating with Make My Move, an online relocation marketplace, to establish incentive programs for their specific community. Many cite the lack of robust internet connectivity in growing population in rural areas. Paul Alexander, News Radio, KDKA.
With all due respect to the Y, I ain't moving to these towns for a YMCA membership. I'm just not. The elephants in the room are too big for them to address. Sir, do you have a hospital? Huh? Sir, do you have a... No? Do you have an OBGYN? No? No. Maternity ward? No. Okay. Do you have a daycare? Who? Where's the nearest child care? Talking to my boy Rob, and we're going to have him on the show here. There are entire counties, 7 counties around us that have one daycare. One. I ain't moving there. There's no way, man. My kids aren't moving there to have kids. What the hell are they going to do if they need daycare? Hey, folks, this ain't the Waltons. We're not in the Ozarks back in the 50s. We're just not. Everybody isn't raised on the farm. It's a disaster. And again, with all due respect, I admire the fact that in earnest they're trying to attract people. But, folks, if you're sending $5,000 to folks and you think that's going to get them to move somewhere and stay somewhere, you're wrong. But you can't promise them what they really need. 3 things. Education, oof, rough, bad schools. Healthcare, ooh, rough, bad or no hospitals. And no child care, ooh, rough, no child care centers. How do you fix that? I don't know. No one knows.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-355-8282. That's 800-355-8282. Again, that's 800-355-8282.
So when I call Rob Pierce, and I've known him for, 20 plus years, the last time we talked, I said, Rob, we need your help. He said, anything, man. We're trying to get cameras, granny cams in nursing homes. Why? Rob knew why. To protect the elderly. That's the game. That's the business. That's the focus. That's what Rob Pierce and Associates, they've been into for 40 years. They're the best in the business. And I mean, the best in the business, have represented thousands of families in severe cases of abuse and neglect in nursing homes. Rob Pierce and Associates. PierceLaw.com. And check this out. Ozempic, right? The miracle drug for weight loss. Rob has cases where folks were hurt. He's helping them and their families. Rob Pierce and Associates, 412-214-7477. 412-214-7477. PierceLaw.com. Fantastic.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-536-9607. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-536-9607 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-536-9607 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-536-9607.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Jump in July savings at Coons Market.
Bone-in country-style spare ribs, $1.79 a pound. Fresh mangoes, 77 cents each. And Luigi's Italian Ice, 6-count packages, 2 for $5. Come see us at Coons.
Are you ready to take a walk on the wild side and have some family fun? Get to Living Treasures Animal Park in the Laurel Highlands. Living Treasures has animals from all over the world. With over 300 animals you and the family will love. Their concession stand is now open weekends for family fun. Stay at the Log Cabin Suites with up to 6 bedrooms available. Plan your staycation today at funanddonegal.com. Living Treasures Animal Park of the Laurel Highlands, where animals are loved.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Look, you got to be real. If you're a small town in rural America, and as my boy Steve Mazza says, and he's smart, he's like, you better have a good paying job for me when I get to this small town with that $5,000. Some towns are paying more. Some are paying $15,000. Okay. I don't know what that's going to do. A YMCA membership? No. Come on, man. Come on, man. Up your game. Why not Chick-fil-A coupons? You better look. Let me tell you what's happening though. Like these data centers they're building, they're billions of dollars. They'll do well for these small towns. Why? Because they need 8,000 to 10,000 people to build them. Then once they're done, they have 1,200 to 1,500 employees. Boom, there you go. A super Walmart. I know people don't want to hear it, but several hundred employees. Unless you got something to bring me there and to park me there and to keep paying me the truth is that it's silly season for these small towns to get their folks together and say, you know what we can do? We can get in this grant program and we can pay people to move here. No. Look, like at least when cities like Tulsa did it in Oklahoma, you get to Tulsa, there's a job there. They're just trying to get you in the door. There's high-speed internet there. There's some pretty big oil companies in Tulsa. And quite frankly, recently some pretty big tech companies. So all you're trying to do is light a sparkler. Oh, look, the bright shining sparkler. And then they say, oh, wow, Tulsa, I can work there. Oh, and they're going to give me $15,000. Oh, wow, okay. And low-interest loans to move downtown. Oh, okay. But you can't be Sharon and Hermitage in Greenville and say, let's send people $5,000 and have them move here. And then they want you to stay there for 2 years with that $5,000. Okay. Unless I'm selling lemonade and it's paying my bills, I don't know why I would do it. The truth will set you free, but most of these towns don't know what the hell to do. A lot of these towns, you know what they have? They got that DQ that makes the burgers. That's it. That's it, man. The big ribbon cuttings at a dollar store, and with all due respect to a dollar store, it's not a big employment deal. Some of them get a Sheetz, and they're great places, and people love them, or a Get-Go, and they're great, and people love them, but that's not driving a local economy. Unless you can plant, literally build a plant, data center, honestly, unless you can have development that has daycare, child care, a maternity ward in a hospital. You don't have to have a class 1 ER that handles plane crashes, but you got to be able to handle medical emergencies. No one's going to move there. There was a panic that Washington, PA would fall into a ditch. The entire town would be vacant if they lost that hospital there. That's why there were so many folks that fought to get UPMC in there, and now they're thriving. Because the truth is, they would lose the maternity ward. They would lose several thousand jobs. It was like 2,500 jobs. It was insane. They had no daycares. It's panic time in rural America. This ain't Mayberry, man. And it makes me sad because I think it's cool to have that life. But what it ends up being is stressful if you don't have a hospital and your wife's pregnant. You don't have a daycare if your wife has a baby and she wants to go back to work because you need 2 incomes. You don't have a full-time job that pays you enough to pay for all this stuff. And so I'm not hating on the small towns trying to make a difference and paying people to move there, but it's going to take more than $5,000 and a YMCA membership, with all due respect to both of those opportunities. They're just not good enough. It's a recipe for failure and a waste of money and time.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. Yeah, I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 85 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. As the one-year anniversary of the attempted assassination of former and future President Donald Trump approaches, questions remain about the Secret Service's handling of the incident. Political analyst Lenny McAllister tells the Big K Morning Show.
It's unfortunate because you would think that in 2025, especially after the Reagan assassination of 81 or assassination attempt of 81, that we would have perfected this process. That even if at the time a former president and presidential candidate wanted to have an outdoor event, that we would have the expertise necessary and the communication pieces in place to ensure something like that never happened.
6 Secret Service agents have since been suspended. The agency vows to fix any deficiencies that exist in the organization. Is Mayor Ed Gainey contemplating a write-in campaign for re-election in November? News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has that story.
Gainey supporters recently called for a write-in campaign during a meeting at the Tripoli Street Community Center. The incumbent mayor lost the Democratic primary election to Corey O'Connor 53 to 47%. The margin of victory was about 3,400 votes. Write-in candidates face significant challenges. For example, Gainey's name won't appear on the November ballot. Getting his write-in message across will require extra campaign effort, and campaign finance laws still apply, including filing reports if he spends or receives over $250. The last time a Democrat lost the primary and won in the general election was D.A. Stephen Zappala. As a write-in Republican candidate, Zappala won the general election. A message from Mayor Gainey, deeply humbled by the movement calling for a write-in campaign. But he has no intention of running for mayor in November. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A startling revelation today from Senator John Fetterman's wife. Giselle Fetterman told KDK's Larry Richard she received death threats on a regular basis.
I hate politics. I'm not a politician. I didn't choose this role for myself.
You're saying death threats?
Regularly.
To you?
Oh, yes.
Why?
For years. For existing, for being the spouse of a senator, for you name it.
Giselle has a new book out about the experience of the state's former second lady and now in national politics. Radical Tenderness, the Value of Vulnerability in an Often Unkind World, explores how, despite societal pressure to appear tough, embracing vulnerability can lead to greater resilience and connection. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 271 points, the NASDAQ up 3, the S&P 500 down 16. KDK Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
A fire, it can change everything in seconds, but Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh is ready 24/7 to help restore what matters most. From smoke damage to full rebuilds, their experts are trained, trusted, and ready to work with your insurance. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van and get back to normal faster.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Burn by Rocky Patel is raising a glass to you, their locker members. Join them for an exclusive locker member appreciation night, Wednesday, July 9th at 7 p.m. at their North Shore location. Enjoy 40% off the Wish, 20% off Don Julio, and 20% off your favorite Rocky Patel cigars, all in celebration of their most loyal patrons. It's Burn by Rocky Patel's way of saying thank you for being part of the Burn family. They'll see you there July 9th at 7 p.m. Only at Burn by Rocky Patel on the North Shore.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, times of sun and clouds. It'll be warm and humid with a thunderstorm in the area. High 86, partly cloudy, warm but humid tonight, though 70. For tomorrow, more sun than clouds, hot and humid, the high 91. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Larry was talking about that silly naked bowling thing all weekend. He's going. She just told me. You'll see him. His body stands out, believe me. Larry's emceeing the naked bowl off. Yep. Oh, man. He's a busy guy. He's a friendly guy. He's a kind guy. And they asked him to do the naked bowling ribbon cutting. They needed an MC for their, it's called Balls Out. If I'm lying, I'm dying. For their Balls Out banquet where they serve meatballs, of course. And Larry's going. It's sold out every year. I have a friend that went, the guy I went to high school with, he took a picture for us because we were making fun of it. And so he went and took a picture and ran out. And there's a guy kind of shaped like a pear. Oh. It was bowling. He was bowling. It was, just sent me a note he's going. Ricky D. You just don't want to see him naked. It's just too much moving around, Ricky D. He probably would. And he'd stand there smoking cigars. See, my buddy, he wants me to get someone to fill in for him because he's going to a wedding at Seven Springs. Rick DiCarlo's going. He just sent me a text. If you see him there, folks, you'll notice he's got great hair. And he has no tan lines. Well, Ricky D doesn't. I just don't understand people that. Where is this place, Patrick? Isn't it in Lawrenceville or really close? The naked.
Kraft and Ingram.
Kraft. Yeah. It sells out every year whenever they have it. The people go there and they bowl naked. The thing is, you could get hurt, man. You could fall, slip. Just not fun. And the people that show up for that, these aren't bodybuilders and Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. They're just not, man. They're just not. It's just Balls Out Bowling, Saturday, July 12th. No clothes, no shame. Uh-huh.
Just strikes, spares, and smiles.
See? I've been to a couple nude beaches. Was it Antigua? Miami had one. My parents lived down there. And we would walk down there, and there was some ugly people laying out naked. Because when you're young and you think, if you're naked, you're that want to show that off, that you'd have a body that matched it. No. And I was on a cruise at one time, I think it was Antigua, and all these old farts were in the water naked. They were big, too, like real heavy-set guys, and they had real small bowling balls, and they were naked. It was just odd. They just stand there naked. But to each his own. That's in Crafton. It's part of the night. I don't understand the interest or the mentality or why the hell you'd want to do that. I worked in Texas. There were several. There's a club, I think, in Beaver County, too, a swingers / naked club. And someone took pictures for me once. It's all naked people in mattresses. It's just not Wow Patrick Show. Pictures on the stream, Balls Out Bowling. Oh. Craig's going. Hello.
Yeah, I lived in Mercer County, in that end of Mercer County, for 10 years, from 68 to 78. And I'm a native of Allegheny County.
Nice.
I used to pray every day that I wouldn't die there. And in 78, I left and worked for a company in Youngstown. Youngstown's only 13 miles away. Let's talk about a hospital waistline. There isn't. There's 3 major hospital things in the Youngstown area that if they went 13 miles, but mentally they have a thing, if they cross that Ohio border, they're in another country.
Hold on, though. This is getting back to something serious, and I'm so glad he made this call. So this whole notion that they want to pay people to move to these places, $5,000 ain't going to cut it, my man, if there's no hospital.
Absolutely not. But there's a hospital, St. E's, and 2 other hospitals in Youngstown that are 13 miles from Sharon. You just cross the line, Hubbard, I-80, I-82, and straight down Belmont Avenue, and your major facilities, good healthcare hospitals. They're whining about that because they cross the state line.
Oh.
There's 5 towns that make up the Shenango Valley: Sharpsville, Sharon, Wheatland, Farrell, and it used to be called Hickory. Now it's called Hermitage.
What about daycares?
I don't know for sure about that now. I've been gone for a number of years. But what I'm saying is they have such strong local pride that things could be made into a metropolitan plan, and the 5 little, almost non-existent communities would become one city, one area. There was a man that came in from Sharon years ago and wanted to do that, and they did everything but ride him out on cars and feathers. He said, these companies and these cities should join together and become a thing. And most of the industrial bases left there.
It has.
Sharon Steel, General American.
And even Youngstown. Even Youngstown there's some blight there, man. It's bad.
Oh, absolutely. And I was with both of the 2 magnets, both the Bartolo and Cafaro in Youngstown.
Oh, wow.
And that's it.
Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're right on. It's hard. Youngstown is bad in terms of economic development, opportunity, and poverty, and it's a horrible mess. And to spend several $1 million to send people checks of $5,000, $10,000, even $15,000, I just don't think it'll cut it. I think you got to do more. My man Matt, do they make you wear special shoes for the bowling? Bowling shoes, man. Bowling shoes.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
PA's #1 volume Kia dealer steps it up with great July deals that are for the people. 25 Kia Sportage LX or 25 Kia Seltos LX. Take your pick. Shorkey Kia has them for just $199 per month for 24 months with $29.99 due at signing. All with 2 years of prepaid maintenance, that incredible warranty, and $500 more for your trade. Locations in North Huntingdon and Wexford. ShorkeyKia.com. Call 1-855-410-4037 for complete details on all offers and terms.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
This is attorney Christine Brown Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
Look at this terrible schmo. I feel bad for the guy, but he could have alleviated it by getting the pre-check. He hadn't even hit Disney yet, and his life has just gone all to hell because they all got to take their shoes off and put them in separate bins, and his kid's got his iPad, and then the iPad's got to be in a separate one, and I'm just rolling through with my shoes on.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy, JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Whoo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got The Lot, Carnivores, the Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Experts at UPMC are revolutionizing robotic heart surgery every day.
Robotics is the most advanced version of heart surgery. We can do very complex procedures inside the chest without opening it.
UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute is pioneering minimally invasive cardiac surgery techniques, including robotic surgeries.
It's an obligation to innovate for patients to be treated better.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Summer's in Pittsburgh, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
After having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
And right now you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield and recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
A couple local TV stations asked some questions about, I know I'm spending too much time with Nick Bowling. It's just I'm getting new information and I have to get it to you. You got to be 18 years old. Crafton Ingram Lanes, Pittsburgh. $30, whether you bowl or not. Yep. And includes 4 hours of unlimited naked bowling and shoe rentals. $30. Oh, here we go. Caveats, fine print. Although nudity is required, women can wear bottoms. Doesn't seem fair. How is that fair? Seems to me that guys should be able to wear bottoms because they can get stuff clanging around. Man. Hold on, there's more. 4 hours, unlimited bowling. Women can wear bottoms. All right. Organizers. So there's they sell out every time. Yep. Sexual activity, video, and photography strictly prohibited. Damn. And this is important. Nudism does not mean consent. Like you doing? Hey, I'm naked, you're naked, you know what I'm saying? Nudism, I've heard this my whole life. My mom used to tell me that, son, just let me tell you something. Nudism does not mean consent. And finally, well, my buddy snuck in there and took a picture. He probably could have gotten in trouble. Harassment will not be tolerated. Oh. They're woke. They won't allow you to harass people. And that's all I have to say about that. Might be like a double event, you know, go Picklesburg, nude bowling, you know what I'm saying? Bring your pickle to the bowling alley. All right, I'm done. Before we go, I want to play this piece. This is why I can't stand a big government and why Trump is so confusing and confounding to people regarding immigration. So listen to Trump in this piece. So they're doing a bunch of raids in California. Fine, they have a lot of illegals, a lot. And ICE is doing them. And they raided this big farm yesterday. Got ugly. But the issue I have with it is, look, ICE is doing their job. But what happened was, and you'll hear Trump, he told them not to mess with farmers. He told them that. And he said, we're not going to mess with farmers. And then they messed with farmers. Listen to this piece.
ICE agents raided 2 farms yesterday near Los Angeles. And at one of them, workers were lined up against a wall. Neighbors and others came out to protest. ICE agents used smoke canisters and what appeared to be tear gas on the crowd. This all happened in Camarillo, California, north of Los Angeles. Carter Evans is there. Carter, good morning.
Good morning, Vlad. This is the entrance to the farming complex here, and actually relatives have been out here all night. They're in cars nearby right now. They're hoping that loved ones may still be hiding inside, and we've actually heard that a couple came out overnight. Now, over the last few months, actually a couple of months, we've had a lot of activity in the streets, some tense moments, and yesterday it spilled out into the farm fields. Angry protesters clashed with mass federal agents Thursday during an immigration raid at a cannabis farm north of Los Angeles in Ventura County. Witnesses say agents tossed smoke bombs at protesters.
They threw one under the car, and then all the car inside, it got full of smoke.
As the situation escalated, agents deployed what appeared to be tear gas, sending much of the crowd running.
There's got to be a better way than the way that they're acting right now.
Some appeared to throw rocks at government vehicles. At one point, a man appeared to be firing a gun, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Melissa Tapia says she was waiting to hear from her family who worked at the farm.
They took my brother, they took his phone away. They're banging on there, not letting people out.
In neighboring Santa Barbara County, another raid targeted a second cannabis farm owned by the same company.
What about the children that are going to be taken from their families?
On Monday, agents swept through MacArthur Park in Los Angeles with military trucks. The latest show of force after last month's crackdown included agents chasing workers in the fields.
We don't want to do it where we take all of the workers off the farms. We want the farms to do great.
Last week, President Trump said he would allow undocumented migrants to stay in the country if farmers would vouch for them. But Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins said Wednesday that farm workers would not be given amnesty from deportation.
This president has been unequivocal first in his commitment to no amnesty, his commitment to mass deportations, his commitment to securing the border.
All right, that's enough. Thanks, Lonzo. So that's my issue with it. You heard Trump. We want to lay off the farmers. They're going to get amnesty. We're not going to arrest these folks, and then they go and arrest them. So the reason I have a problem with it is, look, illegals are illegals. If you're going to do it, do it. But what happens is you have this mass confusion, as you saw. If you saw the video, it got nasty. Tear gas, smoke bombs, and then some idiot who needs to be in prison was shooting at them, which could have gotten an ICE agent killed. Very, very confusing, very, very difficult to manage, and throwing a lot of these towns into chaos. And the reason why a lot of folks that don't have their status together, they hide. They hide, and they run. It would appear to me, if I was the boss, Trump, I would have a template. These are the rules. Follow the rules, you're cool. Don't follow the rules, you're not. But they can't do it right. As a result, we have mass confusion, and it's ugly, ugly stuff.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin, president of Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad Les and my brother Lester. If you've heard Dad talking about his previous career as a PGA golf pro, you know I grew up in a golf family. My very first job at age 15 was a caddy. Yep, I was the only girl caddy at Nevillewood. I made $30 a round, and I got to watch a lot of golfers, their swing, their attitudes, and their reactions. The best players were those who remained focused no matter what happened. They never got too excited